Okay. So I need to raise those up enough to where those can go in, cut through that. I've got to get my diamond plate behind it, which now that I know exactly where they are and what measurements we'll have them at, I know where I can run that. They're white. Hey, Cozy. Oh yeah. Let's go. Let's go. We got ovens. Hey, blowing bubbles? Let me see.
Just a quick bit of history, which they have the whole history written on the menu. Back in the 1923, when Vito and Mary Baracco opened their first tavern-style restaurant in Chicago. Then after a few years in 1932, Mr. Vito Baracco, he then opened a different location of a tavern with a few tables, and they served Italian classics, especially sandwiches. And then it says in 1945, when Vito's son Nick discharged from the armed forces, then he joined the restaurant, and that's when they expanded their menu to include lots and lots of different home-cooked Italian dishes.
This one's yours.
I think the pizza should just about be ready, so we'll continue the story of how they started serving pizza as we're eating the pizza. But I think something that's extremely unique here is just how paper thin, how crispy that crust is going to be. There it is, one of the most... Thank you very much.
This is the hot side, and that's the mild.
Okay,
Okay. Awesome.
thank
Thanks.
you. Oh, that crust is amazing. Look how thin it is.
And sometimes it's okay if you just take two at a time.
I think
'cause
I'll
they're-
take two at a time for
they're
my
small.
first taste. Here we go.
Cheers. That is a wonderful crunch.
Oh, the sausage is incredible. I love the sauce is really tart. The seasoning, the oregano, that dough is extremely crispy, like almost crackery crispy.
I love it. I think saltiness is perfect, especially when it comes to the sausage, which I said was everything is done house here.
Yeah, they make it all themselves.
I absolutely love it. And then the relish. So this is like a Chicago staple. I'm gonna try not to butcher it because I always mess up how to pronounce it. Giardiniera. So it's like pickled peppers with carrots and onions as well that they literally have smothered all over this. So I absolutely love everything about it. Oh,
Another incoming.
And there's
another
coming.
incoming. Thank you very much. Yes.
You guys doing okay?
Very good. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, and I think that those pickled giardiniera or giardiniera? Giardiniera.
Yep.
The peppers, they add so much flavor to it because they have that briny saltiness, add that dimension of like acidity that kind of contrasts the flavor of the cheese and the tomato sauce. What a combination. I think it's just a perfect balance of flavor, crispiness. My first ever taste of Chicago thin crust. Love it.
This brings back many memories from when I was a kid.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Okay. We have a lot more pizza to eat. That's the little secret piece.
Nobody will know that it's missing.
Nobody.
Nope. Don't tell anybody again.
Just
Found another.
you're on camera forever,
So
eating the
Nobody-
secret bites,
nobody will know about them. And they don't even fill you up, so.
so you can eat them continuously forever. We're continuing, but yeah, just look at that crust. Just perfectly baked, golden, crispy. You can see it just totally holds up. Totally holds up. Very secure, very sturdy.
A little bit of charring, gives
Yes.
some good bitterness to it.
And from what I was reading, is that their pizza recipe is an original Sicilian recipe. Their family is from Sicily originally. And I mean, along with all of the sausage, along with all of the toppings, they're like one of their ultimate secrets is the guarded recipe for the dough. The dough is one of their absolute signature items that is top secret, that cracker, crispy dough.
Right now, I'm floored by the favorite tomato, basil,
Spinach. That's Miss Rose's favorite that she recommended. I'm gonna try that next. I'm gonna go into the one Miss Rose recommended here. And for this one, I'll go for a centerpiece for the first time.
I'm telling you, it is phenomenal.
Oh,
It
yes.
is so good.
It's the garlic, that poof of garlic. And then it is that basil that really comes out nicely. And I think it has an added juiciness because of the tomatoes. You know, it just like bursts in your mouth with this juicy tomatoey basil poof. I mean, I think like all pizza, It's just so much fun to eat, but then at the same time, this is so cool because you get so many toppings on such a thin crust that you can just keep on eating and eating,
And
and it's just so much flavor.
and like fresh topping. It's not sitting in a dry freezer forever and ever.
The dry chilies, thank you. One biter.
Imara Mano, what do you think? Good.
Awesome pizza.
You want to be?
Legendary, iconic. This is a place you have to eat when you're in Chicago. I haven't yet tried the Italian beef. I'm going in. I really actually like the crust pieces of the pizza because you got that even extra crispier edge. Immediately you get that beefy flavor from that braised Italian beef. The seasonings, the spices, the herbs in there. Oh, that's delicious as well.
Are you
Oh,
gonna
wow.
try it? You wanna-
That roast beef,
Yeah.
another combination. I think one of the things I love about the pizza they make is you can really, there's some pizzas where you order toppings and all taste the same.
Yes.
You
everything.
can really vibrantly taste the different toppings here.
Yeah.
Like noticeably, like it makes a huge difference. Yeah.
Yeah. Every bite can be a little bit different. That's what Pam was just saying as well. So
Those mushrooms are great. The olives. Excellent. So we're continuing with our Chicago pizza story, and pretty much everyone agrees that deep dish Chicago style pizza was invented at Pizzeria Uno. But there's a bit of a dispute about who invented it. And that brings us to the next place. This is one of the most popular pizzerias in all of Chicago. Lou's world famous Chicago style deep dish. I am so happy to be here at the original location, Lou Malnati's. This place is classic. There's baseball pictures all over. There's antiques. We got this nice booth. It just has a home style feel to it. And I think we can say with certainty, this is one of Chicago's favorite pizzerias. And so again, just about everyone agrees that Pizzeria Uno is where Chicago deep dish pizza originates, where it all started from. However, enter the Malnati family. And as it goes, Adolfo Rudy Malnati Sr., he was an employee. He worked at Pizzeria Uno. And as it goes, he is the one who created the recipe for deep dish pizza. Now, Rudy Malnati Sr., along with his son Lou, continued to work at Pizzeria Uno, and they managed the restaurant until Rudy Malnati Sr., he passed away. And at that point, Lou Malnati, he was pretty frustrated. He was never treated that well as an employee. And so he decided to open his own pizzeria. So that pizzeria was started in 1971 in a place called Lincolnwood, where we are sitting right now. There's now 79 locations, 59 within the greater Chicago area and the others in some other states. It's one of Chicago's most popular, loved pizzas. And now let's head in the kitchen to see how it's made. We ordered the classic and I ordered the Lou. Which pizza are you gonna make first, Kevin?
So we're gonna make the classic first. Start with the handmade dough. It's already cut for us, but we're gonna pat it out then.
Okay. Oh, you can see how that's a big piece of dough there. Hand patted out. And you can see the deep dish forming on that pan. You especially need high walls on that pizza, right?
Make sure you hold it in, yeah.
Hold in all the toppings, all the ingredients, all of that tomato sauce.
Spread the sliced cheese out. The sliced cheese we use so that it's easier to put toppings on top of instead of shredded cheese. Make sure that we spread that out nice and evenly throughout,
Okay.
just for a good layer for that sausage then.
Oh, nice.
Sausage then we're gonna put down individual pieces,
Okay.
and those will actually form into like kind of one layer, but we do it so that the cheese comes up between them as well.
There's little holes in it so the cheese oozes out.
And it'll shrink together too, and you don't want just a little hockey puck in the middle.
Okay. The order of ingredients, the technique so that it cooks properly, so that it just cooks evenly as well, I think, right?
Yes, absolutely. We don't want the cheese to burn, and we want to make it kind of in a reverse order of thin crust pizza.
Ah, okay.
In order for it to just, you get that same kind of great feel of it, of the entire pizza, instead of just a small little bite of it. And then we layer it all across so that you get the same bite every single time whenever you're taking a bite of that pizza after it's out of the oven.
Ah, okay, so that's why, each layer is covers the full surface.
Yes.
So every single bite that you take will have all the toppings all in one bite.
Yep, absolutely. So we're just going to sprinkle it on top for you.
I love the aroma of those tomatoes. Very vibrant. I love how it's like chunky tomatoes, yet all the sauce has come out of it as well.
So then this goes in the oven.
Okay, that's goes directly into the oven.
Right in there.
All right, and how long will that bake for?
About 30, 35 minutes. We're going to make sure it's perfect for you, though.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. And so now we're going to make the lou.
All right.
All right, the lou is all veggies.
Okay.
So we start with a layer of spinach on the bottom. And so we just spread that out. And our spinach is enhanced with basil, garlic, onions, provolone, and mozzarella. And then we throw the layer of cheese on. And then we do a layer of mushrooms. So the mushrooms,
Oh, nice. Load it with the mushrooms on top.
roughly chopped and everything. So this, we don't put as much of we keep them really whole and everything and just kind of spread them out so
Okay.
you get that great flavor throughout it. And then we're going to throw some sliced tomatoes on top of this then too.
Nice.
And then the sliced tomatoes goes on this side.
Okay.
And so we lay these down just one at a time. Now we're going to pop it right in the oven.
Okay. And will that bake for about 30 minutes as well?
About 30, 35 minutes because
Okay.
it's got a little bit extra toppings on it.
All right. So as that's baking, I'm gonna try one of the vine ripened tomatoes. And this is signature Luminati's tomatoes, vine ripened from California. I mean, this is part of, I think, the recipe that just makes it so special are the tomatoes. They're just dripping. Oh, wow. That's the juiciest tomato on earth. It's sweet, followed by a tart finish. That's incredible. Oh, man. Oh, delicious. Followed by a slice of cheese. Thank you. Okay. I have like a half a pizza in my mouth. Delicious. That sweet and sour tomatoes followed by the cheese.
Probably about another 10, 12 minutes. So we're all set.
Nice. Kevin does an awesome flip move on the deep dish that's specifically for taking it away because it's not sliced. But you could just see all of those toppings, the juiciness of the tomatoes, the melted cheese, kind of just sloshing, rattling around within that crispy dough.
We're going to show you one that's served out of the pan then next.
Okay.
Okay, so we cut these. This is enough.
Oh, the cheese. It's oozing. Nice. Fork and knife recommended. It is so saucy, so juicy, so much cheese. The tomatoes. Oh, I cannot wait. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. In the kitchen.
There you go.
Seconds out of the oven.
How was that?
Oh, wow. Thank you.
No problem.
Oh, man. I think what I mean, so much melted cheese, but what just immediately burst in your mouth are the freshness of the tomatoes, yeah. The vibrancy of the tomatoes, the sweet acidity, sourness, just a perfect harmony of tomatoes, balanced perfectly by the mozzarella, by the Wisconsin cheese, Wisconsin cheese.
Wisconsin cheese, those California tomatoes.
Mem, that's good. Very good.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, nice. So they bring it out and serve it tableside?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And for him?
Oh, those tomatoes, which we tasted in the kitchen. The thickest layer of cheese. Oh, piping hot. Oh, that butter crust on the bottom. Oh, yes. Oh, the cheese. Oh, look at that steam. Mm. Oh, wow. Oh. That is unbelievable. The crust is so light and buttery. And actually, that's one of their trademarks is the butter crust. Flaky. Mm. Spectacular. That crust really stands out to me. The sausage really stands out to me. The cheese really stands out to me. But it just dawned on me, the tomatoes are one of the most well-rounded flavors of any plant or food on earth. You know, you have 5 major tastes. Tomatoes have 5 of those tastes. You've got acidity, you've got sweetness. There's a hint of bitterness from an element in tomatoes. And then finally, tomatoes are one of the only vegetables or fruits that has umami to it. That is one of the absolute secrets of Malnati's. That's what takes it to the next level. Mm.
Very stunning girl, the face, the eyes, the hair, she's very, if she's walking down the street, most of the time, somebody can put her there.
Just try that crust. Look at those juices. It's never-ending cheese. And as thick, as deep as that crust is, like it's almost light and fluffy. Here's the next pizza, and this is the Lou. Let's lift. Oh, look at that pool of just juice forming in the center. The tomatoes. Now this is vegetarian, but with a mountain of cheese. 3 kinds of cheese. You can see all of that. Oh, look at that gooey layer. Oh, okay, I even want this tomato on this bite. I'm scooting it over. It's first bite of the Lou. Oh, wow. That is a lot of cheese. Oh, man. I might need to take it to my face before I break off. Mm. It is unbelievably juicy from the tomatoes, and I love that mix. The tomato sauce, then the fresh tomatoes, and then the spinach just kind of melts in your mouth, and then you've got the texture of the mushrooms, all with that butter crust, all with that mountain of cheese, and that stretchy cheese in your mouth. That is the juiciest pizza you might ever have. Mm. Mm. I mean, kind of ironically, it's extremely rich and extremely heavy, but refreshing at the same time. Next up on this ultimate Chicago pizza tour, we're out in Morton Grove. And next up, we're going to a pizza place, literally is within the neighborhood. It's like a wooden cabin looking, there's trees surrounding it. This is the pizza restaurant that was rated among the top 5 pizzas in the United States. And they've put their own twist onto the Chicago pizza. Oh, wow. I am extremely excited. Welcome to Pequod's Pizzeria. And this is, I mean, it feels like almost like a wooden cabin that's just been extended, and it has just a classic heritage feel to it. I love the location. It has so much character, and I'm already loving it. Pequod's Pizza, Morton Grove, best pizza in the universe. Okay, so I mean, we're continuing on this pizza tour of Chicago, and we've already had Deep Dish, where it was invented. Pizza that locals, Chicagoans love. Now, in comparison to the deep dish pizza, here at Pequod's, they took the deep dish pizza and they went a step further, inventing the caramelized crust on the edges. Of course, they're famous for the pan deep dish pizza, darkened edges, caramelized cheese crust. And I asked our waitress what would be the most popular combination of toppings, because there's actually no set pizzas, from what I can see on the menu. There's no set combinations. You could just order from a list of 25 different toppings. She said the combination of sausage and pepperoni is the most popular, the top seller. That's what we got.
Pepperoni?
Thank you very much.
You want me to cut it up for you guys?
That's okay, I can do it. Thank you so much. Oh, wow. Here it is. Oh, that's heavy. You can just see how much cheese there is. And the deep dish, the huge pan. And you can see on the edges, it's just completely caramelized. The cheese, it's blackened. That was the warning that they gave us. Here we go. Ready for it? Ready for it? Oh, look at that amount of cheese. Oh, and look at that caramelized cheese crust. Oh, that's gigantic. Oh, onto the plate. You can go further back. That cheese bowl. Oh, it's still going. It's still going. It's a waterfall. Tomato sauce is actually cascading down the cheese. Oh, wow. There's so much cheese. That is unbelievable. This is one of the most beautiful single slices of pizza you may ever see in your entire life. The thickness, the amount of cheese, the caramelized crust, the oozy goozy, everything. Oh, wow. Oh, man. Again, as I've learned in Chicago, it's a knife and fork affair. Oh, man. It's literally like over a centimeter of melted cheese. Oh, yes. Wow, that's good. That is unbelievable pizza flavor. That's like the most condensed pizza flavor all in your mouth at once. The dough is fluffy and kind of is bready at the same time, like crumbly and bready and crispy on the bottom. That thick layer of melted cheese, the tart tomato sauce, the herbal sausage. It's so good. Here we go. Oh, wow. And you can see that dough has almost formed into a bread at the bottom. Okay. Let's season. Chili flakes. And I have to tell you, I cannot wait. I think we're moving in for that crust. I can't wait to try it. That's their signature. That's what they popularized. That caramelized, blackened crust. Oh, the entire thing came off. Okay, we gotta pick. Oh, yes. That is the definition of blackened cheese. Caramelized to full potential. Gotta go in vertically. Oh, no way. I thought it was going to be burnt tasting. It's totally not like charcoaly tasting at all. It's so crispy. I think they have managed the impossible here, like probably to the millisecond where it burns and where it's caramelized. And they have managed to take the pizza out at that precise millisecond. So it's not charcoaly. It's not oddly or ironically, it's not even really burnt tasting. It's just smoky and crispy and just so much flavor. Crust will never be the same again. That is impressive. Wow. And then something else that's noticeable about Pequod's is their crust. Just how thick it is and how bready it is without being dry. Okay, here we go. Next slice. Now that it's not as hot, you don't have as much of a cheese pull, but it will definitely be just as good. So after finishing my first slice and moving on to the second, I know it might sound a little ironic, but for as much cheese and as intimidating and daunting and overwhelming this pizza is, the thickness, the amount of cheese, it's just surprisingly well balanced and a harmony of flavors. And okay, it is undoubtedly rich and a lot, calorie filled, but yeah, just it's balanced. It's balanced. It really is. But as we've already found out, deep dish will creep up on you. That's without a doubt. You'll be eating, all of a sudden it will hit you like a brick. Oh man, that's a hefty meal right there. I think something that we can just all agree on is that there is a lot of incredible pizza around the world, and that's no different from Chicago. Chicago has contributed greatly, deep dish to thin crust. Something that I can say is that Chicago may have the most filling pizza on earth, but so fulfilling, so satisfying, just so much. And it's been an incredible time learning about the history, learning about the method, the process, the culture of pizza in Chicago. And big thank you to my brother-in-law, Derek, for joining us on this pizza tour and for helping us eat some of the most delicious pizzas in Chicago.
It is phenomenal.
And if you haven't already checked out some of the other videos in the Chicago series, we're eating our way through the city. Oh, wow. Oh! From iconic foods invented in Chicago to street foods to pizzas. So you're not gonna wanna miss any of this series. Make sure you watch this entire Chicago food series. And I wanna say a big thank you to you for watching this video. Please remember to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you're not already subscribed, make sure you subscribe now for lots more food and travel videos. Goodbye from Chicago, and I will see you on the next video.
We're live. Let's go. Okay. Let's see if you like the music.
You have a stack.
Huh?
You have a stack.
Thank you, Andy.
About 30 boxes.
Huh?
35, 36.
That will do, man. Thank you very much indeed. Hello, people. Brownie Spanglish, let's go. Hello. Okay. Yes, sir. How are you? Yeah, solid. Nice. Give it a tap for one. Hello, people. Sorry about that last live. It went funny. No spices. Nice. Thank you. Right, cool. And another one for those.
Yes,
Yeah,
please, yeah.
lovely. Cool. Give it a tap just below. Okay, dough is looking bubbly today. Look at that.
Is it?
Yes. It's just those. Hello, sir.
Hi.
How are you? You good?
Yeah, we're good. Can we get a margarita and...
And one Spanish.
Of course.
I found good people.
Huh? I'm a bit shiny. I'm a bit shiny. Busy. Hole in that one. To the bin. Right, I'm just going to put this one on top of the oven. Hold on, I've got the other one to do real quick. Wind it up. 1 second. Okay, so that one's split in the oven, people. My mistake. Dough is a little bit leery today because the van is very warm. It's actually 45 degrees in here, which has caught me on a hop. And I hit a bit of a thin spot. And I went in a little bit too gun-ho. And I put a split in it. So best thing to do is to abort mission on that one, throw it in the bin, and start again, unfortunately, before it makes a big mess of the oven. It happens every now and again. We don't stress and we just continue. So there's a margarita and a Spanglish, yeah? Coming up.
I can say, right?
Yeah, go for it. Right. Fellas, thank you very much. Thank you. Got my bill. You saw it? Yeah. Back in business. That'll do. Put it in there. Heat will kill off anything. Right, let's go. Okay, on special today I have one I call Spanglish. It is a one inspired by when I went to Spain. It's a margarita with some fresh rosemary, these little like teardrop peppers, some chorizo. It gets baked and finished with manchego cheese. Andy, what can I get you? Done a hole in another one, Andy. Yeah, that and running hot. Huh? Sorry? Yeah, it's pretty close, really. We'll get there. Right. That's your Spanglish. Margarita's coming up, so you noticed I just split another one. Basically, my dough is a little bit. It's quite an interesting live this actually, because my dough is a little bit over. You see, it's quite bubbly, so I'm just having to handle it a little bit different. And I'm just getting used to it as it's going, because it's fermenting pretty fast in here. Huh? Oh mate, it's great. It's just I think actually that was my mistake completely. A little bit of cheese on the underside. See it's done there. Hot oven. Don't be silly. Don't be silly. Nah, you're not allowed. Right, guys, we have Andy here from. Wait, don't press that. Why not? So we got Andy here from Holy Pizza. If you're on Instagram, check him out. So, what are you doing? You've gone double whammy there, you idiot.
All the time.
Don't touch my till, man. Don't touch my till.
Trader to a trader.
No, yeah, exactly. Right? I'll come see you for pizza one day, and one day, when I walk out St Albans, one day it'll happen. Oh, that's good. There we go. We actually made a pizza. Thank you guys. Sorry about the wait there. I appreciate it. Right, Spanglish, yeah? Wicked, let's do that one. Say hello, Andy.
Hello.
There's Andy there. Andy just folded like 30 odd boxes for me. He's a legend. He owned a pizza. Ah, I think somebody just bought you a pizza anyway.
Sorry?
I think someone just paid for your pizza. Ah,
I will say thank you for that.
there you go. Is your class fully booked?
Sorry?
Is your class already booked? Is it fully booked?
No, I'm gonna go now pick it up on the way back.
No, your class that you're doing.
Oh, the class.
Yeah.
Almost. I think like a couple of spaces.
Okay, well let's give it a... So what is it? So Andy's doing a pizza class. Where is it, Andy?
It's in Bristol, Leicester.
Listen. Go on, tell me about it.
17th of May.
Yeah, that's 17th
this-
of May,
this Friday.
Leicester Birstall Garden Centre, is it?
Yeah, that's the one. So from 10 o'clock.
Are they a Gosney?
Yeah, so we're gonna use.
So they're a
Gosney.
Gosney stockist. He's going to be doing a Gosney masterclass. He's shit hot pizza maker. Check him out.
We're gonna do some fun.
Is it Holy Pizza on
UK?
Holy Pizza UK on Instagram. Check it out, please. Andy often does some of the shoots for Gosney as well, some of the product shots, because he has amazing looking pizza. So, a really good guy to learn from. There you go. Give you a shove.
Big shout out.
See what happens.
Oh, it's gonna balloon up.
Doubt it. You get like one follower.
Add 2 zeros, I think.
No. Have you got a YouTube?
No. I haven't done anything with it just yet.
It's sitting there waiting to be abused. Yeah.
So just need to finish up the garden before.
No.
Right.
Spanglish for Andy. Let's go. Right. Thanks, man.
Cool. I'll see you next time.
Honestly,
Okay.
legend.
Do you need
Thank you.
help?
No. Thank you for your help. Much appreciated, man. See you later.
See you next time.
Thank you.
Let's-
I'll chat to you about the thing. Boss, of course you can. Give it a tap just below. So me and Andy have the same.
Oh wait, I can do it for pizza on YouTube.
Shut up.
Ah, gotcha.
Me and Andy have the same food supplier, and he is just on his way to go and get his flour and stuff. So he goes and picks up like 200 odd kilos.
See ya.
See you later, man. Take care. Simon. Peddler. Right. Oh, of course. So, because the dough is quite lively today, it's quite soft. I'm not having to do much to open it up. It has got a good strength to it still, but it's definitely quite delicate. So, having to have a slightly lighter touch to it than usual. Simon, a bit of tap whenever you're ready, boss. For yourselves. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Take care. Fellas, how are you? Solid. What's it going to be?
For me, it's fun.
Nice. You, sir?
I love for me.
Nice. Slap the Spanglish one.
Yeah, that's always the case. We've been saying a lot of things. Tom has eaten an ice cream on YouTube. Another Tom stuff.
Yeah.
Look at it. No, actually, I think it's like.
I mean, it will pick you up. It's just running off. It's not. I'm not mic'd up. So that's why I put the warning there. But what makes good content if you ask me about pizza or you ask me something and then they get to, because otherwise I just zone in and make pizza and I forget that they're there, kind of thing. So
Unlike pizza, that's it.
there you go, give it a tap. So feel free to ask me anything about pizza. Or not, I don't mind.
What do you want to do? I think this Italian cannot do pizza. So you need to ask more questions.
They got nothing, people, they got nothing.
Actually, what I find really hard is to, lay it down, like to expand it. It's always hard to like make a nice crust
What's that? Okay.
when you lay it, no? When you.
Oh, when you're pushing it
work
out.
it. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay, cool.
But I think it's like you need to have a bit of.
I mean, so today I'm dealing with dough that's quite well fermented and it's quite soft. Mainly my van is very warm. It's like 45 degrees today, which is warmer than usual. And my prep room was quite warm yesterday, and so it's kind of gone a little bit wild. So I'm having to open it slightly different to usual and just be a little bit easier on the dough. Right, they're not as big as I would usually open them up at this point. So I'm stretching them on the pier a little bit, like they're on a bit smaller. Because if I overstretch them, I'm likely to put holes in it. So it's quite tender. So you just gotta roll with it throughout the day. The dough changes constantly as well, not even on a normal day where it's actually running nice. So I've messed up a couple already, which happens.
This dough seems like.
You probably won't notice the difference.
Yeah, very fluffy. Like
Yeah.
Also, it stays in place.
Yeah.
Most those that I've seen are very elastic, and then you try to stretch them, and then just try to go back to their.
So it springs back. Well, that's basically the flour. The flour used is possibly too strong for the recipe.
Strong as in.
So it's gluten shred. So it might have a very strong flour, and it's basically it's not fermented enough. It's not been left long enough to relax, and so it stayed tight. Also, if the dough is cold, it can become quite firm and quite a little harder to manage.
How long do you rest it to go?
So this is like 26 hours old now. Something
Makes
like that.
sense. Yeah, that's
So-
more than enough. In Naples, they even do 72 hours, sometimes.
Yeah, I mean,
To achieve like,
that's more contemporary style though, like a longer fermentation. Classic Neapolitan is generally up to about 24 hours.
Yeah, if they want to achieve extra softness, extra fluffier, they just leave it there for 3 days to bubble up. Rest. But usually, normal fermentation time is 24 hours.
But it all depends on the flour. That's the thing.
Yeah, makes sense.
In the process, you'll find a lot of new, like contemporary pizza places. They'll be doing like a pre-fermentation, like a biga or a Polish or a biga and Polish mixed, and it gives them this like massive, the massive pumped up crusts
Yeah, with all the bubbles.
with a deep cornicione.
Really sure.
Right, do you want these now or do you want them on top?
Maybe on top, yeah.
Sure?
Thank you.
Okay, fellas, who's next?
Can I have a veggie Spanglish?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, just give it a tap. Mark with bits, yeah?
Sorry? Yeah.
Who's next? Boss. You alright? Solid. Let's go. Oh, hi.
How's your tattoo?
Yeah.
Do you
Holding
need
up.
any of that stuff?
I don't think so. It seems fine. So you tell me, do I?
Might need it.
Huh?
Oh yeah, there's not even flaky, is it?
Huh? No. Most of it's come off. I scraped the hell out of it, the Brillo pad. That's alright, isn't it?
Huh?
That's alright to do that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a Brillo pad, bit of bleach on it.
Yeah, that was it. That was the main thing. Are you around on Friday at all?
But
Are you busy?
to get tattooed.
Well, maybe.
I've got someone in all day Friday, but
What time they oh no, I've got to get the wife to lift the airport actually Friday, but I'll message you anyway. Are you joining the queue?
yeah.
You're gonna have to join the queue. Sorry. Yeah, I'll
Just doing it now.
Do you want chilies on it as well, yeah, Jack?
Yes, please.
It's going to be a case probably. Shall I take it with tennis deal? If I'm not, it's such a place that this is not.
Oh, use the
I'm not sure. The other group of Jason takes the whole still once.
Joe, you want the manchego? It is vegetarian. Yeah?
I'll have mine to go now as well, by the way.
Alright, you guys. Screw those guys.
Well, I've
Got a meeting.
Yeah, I've got a meeting about this. We might have a meeting Each car was meant to be really slow, so I got delayed.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's true, it was.
Are you streaming?
I am, yeah.
Are you YouTube? What's happening?
What's happening?
Whatever the youngsters do, I
Yeah.
have no idea.
Okay, I don't know, yeah, me too. It's not young, it's generally middle-aged people watching anyway, I think, so I don't know. Sorry if you're young. Right, not really yet.
No, not just that. There is.
Right, that's yours. See you in a bit, man. Take care. Thank you. You want yours on top as well? Sure. Just take it. Just go. Just go. There we go. Have it fresh.
Please.
Give it a tap.
They haven't been able to find the machine because they find it very well. And they come in early morning closing to make a load.
But I think as well the managers really like it.
I'm sorry if you're not middle-aged.
I need to look at how aged they're going to be at the end because I have to like go through plants for a no-go, but I'll let go into the plants.
Who's next? nice. Popular today.
It's a good special.
It is a good special. It's a solid. It's a solid.
I like the Spanglish. I like the
It's got a lot of flavour.
the Zucker
Yeah, you know what?
and the Raganator. Those are like my top three. If you ever do the total fill, I'm absolutely fine.
Oh, so I'm actually working on a new burger collaboration one, possibly with Tutus, the burger guys. We're supposed to do it soon. I need to get in touch with them actually, because it's going to be their Mr. Chow Korean burger one.
Oh yeah, I know that one. I've had it before.
Yes, it's going to have a lot of flavour going on it. And essentially, it's that burger on a pizza. It's going to be pretty cool.
The guy at Total Cat quite a lot since they opened the shop in Redmond.
Total Cow's banging.
It's so good now. They also do beef tallow chips.
I know. I try not to get them because I know they're so bad. It's just they don't taste of chip anymore. They just taste of like beef. Yeah, they're really good. He knows what he's doing.
You know what happened to the poutine people here? Because I kept meaning to try it. And
House
when
of Poutine.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think they just weren't busy. The problem is they called it House of Poutine, I think, and nobody actually knows what poutine is.
Because on Reddit, like someone on London was asking like, where can I get good poutine? I miss it. I'm from Canada, and this was actually came recommended. And I was like, you know what? I'll finally make a trip. And then John tells me it's closed.
I mean,
they just randomly closed one day, like no announcement, no nothing.
Yeah,
It's just
they spent a lot of money on that place as well. The inside was stunning, like the kitchen and stuff. I just think people didn't really know. Like, they would have had to explain what it is. They'd have just called it loaded fries or something. I know that's not what they are, but technically they are. I didn't have a clue what it was. I was like, what did you say? Oh, I know what it is.
I wonder if it's also the case of just the rent being ridiculously high, because that shop is fake and nobody took it on, I think.
Yeah, it's because he wants quite a lot for it. Chicken George was going to take it.
Okay.
And I think it just sort of dragged on a bit.
There's another one that used to be the Mexican Benito's Hat.
Yeah.
That one busted in COVID times and it's still empty.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure what.
It's hard. It seems like that row is kind of almost a bit doomed. It's got a lot of footfall, but not a lot of, I don't know, it's weird. It's in a really good high footfall area, but I guess just not the right things are there. It's hard, man. It's hard for hospitality, you know?
Yeah, I can imagine.
Make it work.
They just upset because, you know, that was really
I heard
good variety.
I heard they
Something
were really
you
good.
couldn't- Yeah, like we ordered from them so much. It being recommended like for people in London to go to St Albans to try them.
That's nice. Right, 2 Spanglish. It's a banger. Lot of flavour.
He always regrets getting the special.
Do you want to take them away? Or?
Yes.
Yep.
I'm gonna go sit and eat.
Well, I got Spanglish as well.
Getting a special.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Cool, let's go.
Do it half. Make it a half peddler.
You want that? I can do
I
that.
can do a half.
Yeah, go on then. Just to be annoying. The dough is very lively, look at it. Just got to pick a line and cut it. What have you got time?
Help you? Okay, here.
Bubbles.
Your bubbles? I don't know where the heck your bubbles are.
Right here.
Right where?
Find it in this. Yeah. Let's turn it off. Can you go get it?
Found it where?
Yeah, Russell's quick with it. Wait, did you make the right one? Okay, here. Woo! Here, throw this in, brother. You're not afraid of crossing? Let me wash up, huh? What's up, everybody? You guys enjoying 250 people right now? Let's go. Let's get up to that 300 mark. Come on, come on. Ow! Are you in help, sir? What's the name on it? Todd? Todd. Your one just came out. I'm just pulling the other one out in 1 maybe 2 minutes. Okay, we'll be right here. You got it. I'll bring it here. Here's the pizza.
I still need to pay.
Hey, perfect. Got a breadstick I need done on the line. Got it. If y'all didn't see, I dropped our performer's Venmo as the pinned comment. Go ahead and leave a little something, even if it's $1. It all adds up, guys. Let's make this a special performance. What do you think, Jamie? That's a good deal? I think it's a good deal. Good deal. All right, let's do it. We're going to get them all to leave $1. Not all, but whoever can or is willing to drop $1. She's planning to save up for a humanitarian trip. So she gave up. Right. Here, right under here. What's up? Pizza mommy. Okay, take this bread out. I got them the small Did you have an order, sir?
Hello everybody, I'm back. Why they tip a finger? I need the first one pepperoni first, and then medium pocket honey and medium pepperoni. And probably a sip of water. You want me to get water? It's been a minute since I run the oven, bro. Been a minute since I run the oven. You guys were taking care of it. What's up, Daryl? They're over there in the corner. Red stick coming out? Holy cow, it looks like somebody put like 5 quarters in you. You what? Excuse you? Hey, welcome in. Didn't know I was in your way. Sorry, I didn't realize I was in your way. Got an order for Jake in 2 minutes. Everybody knows the rules. Oh my God, take no more. Hold on. Okay, cut that pizza up for me, somebody. This one too. Ready to go back? Okay, I need a box for about 90 minutes.
sure kind of. Give me a large ranch. Oh, it doesn't have all of your mushrooms. Well, it doesn't say on the thing it does. Here. Throw that in there. Fold that up. He's ready to go.
So with the cheese and
What? Oh, just that it's right now. Like just like. And then, well, erase. It's going back in right now. What do you want? No mushrooms, no olives. You didn't want olives? Or not? Olives? Okay. Olives, chicken. Yeah.
I don't stir it, right? I don't stir it, I said stir, right?
What?
I don't stir it, right?
Nope. Just straight back in. Okay, breadstick coming out on the line. Okay, what do we got? Pepperoni. Is Cash here? Cash? I'll bring him out. Jamie, run this pizza out. I'm filling one out real quick. And have you take them both out. That one goes to the middle table out there, and the other one is going to go to the closest to the seeker, okay?
So below the sign of this one?
Yeah, below the open sign, and then below the phone number. This one.
You went and washed your
I'll set it on the table.
Good, now you grab it.
Good deal. Oh, floppy. Eat it? Is it good? I need no dip and stuff. That one is hot, but that one is nice and crispy. We'll let that cool down. I'll let you hear it. Going on it?
Okay, here we go. Ready?
It's like a thinner style. A little bit of a. Added a little extra coal fire to our oven. So, pizza stop and go pizza is going to be a thinner style crust. This though will have to be higher hydration due to the higher temperature. The flavor is so good. You're loving it. Pizza, you want some more? What do you think, cousin? Try again? Another one? Oh, good. Yeah, need my marinara for that? Marinara dough. Oh, right there. You want sorry, pizza?
Look at that face. Oh my goodness. You want some? I want some pizza. Yeah. That sounds delicious.
Did you have an order?
Can I have a pepperoni pizza, please? Wait, barbecue chicken. Can I have a pepperoni, please?
What is that?
Do you need, how much is it? Here you go. you go.
Goodness.
You're welcome. Why'd your face get so dirty? And tools, I guess. I can see the flame from out here. Hey! Hello. Hello.
Yeah, that's right. I also needed that.
Somebody said Cozy's gorgeous. You're gorgeous. You're pretty. You're gorgeous. I am smart. Say, I am pretty. I am kind. I am lovable. Say, I am strong. That's right. Huh. That's right. Can you sing me a song? Bad boys, bad boys. Oh. Are you a princess? Are you Princess Cozy? No, I don't want your shoes. Nope.
That's your chicken.
Who's that guy over there? Who's that? Who's that? He's hot. Is he single? He's hot. Is he single? Does he want to go on a date with me? Does he? Can I be your mom? Okay. Thank you. Beep beep. Yeah, those are kind of low. The ovens. You gonna raise them? Yeah, I agree. Them? Yeah, I agree. Thank you for your shoes. Here you go, baby.
What's that, Miranda?
Why is it
here?
Shit on me.
Colin.
Out there?
Yeah, don't climb on that either. Hey. Hey, Jamie, run this out to Kenzie. Oh, yes. Yeah, she did. Yeah, I need that flame chamber on that side. That would really help. I need something to put this on for you, baby. Hey! If you scream like that again in my ear, you're gonna have a problem, alright? Colin, do you want them back in the top or the bottom? What kind of pizza do I want? Not red one. They are. Oh, I know this. Yeah. We make more pizza? Huh? Do you make more pizza? Yeah. Who? Hey, my stone is saturated. Here you go. Make a bigger pizza? I don't know what I want.
Oh, Rick picks me.
Rick gets a little warm in here. So on the
Yeah.
front of these,
Yeah.
you're gonna have a little stainless steel L with a couple vents in it right here.
Face towards her?
Yeah.
I thought we couldn't with the.
Show them for just a minute, and then yeah, show them for just a minute, and then we'll flip it around so they can hear right here. You know. What I do want is just I don't want the heat radiating out.
Can you see?
Maybe right here in the mouth.
Oh.
Efficiency of the propane, but also keeping the truck. So yeah, we'll just leave it on the low setting, and if the snow doesn't keep up, we'll just crank it up. I honestly think that
I've been holding my tears running through my feelings on the Yes, that's why we stay the same. So tell me, I'll pack my bags, get out of here. Find someone that loves you better than I do, darling, I know. 'Cause you remind me every day, all night and night, and I still stay. Feels like a lifetime, just trying to get by the whole dark inside. I've done a lot of things, falling back and you'll be one, but I can't move on. You know I'm afraid I will change. Yes, that's why we stay the same. So tell me the reason. I'll pack my bags, get on the road. Find someone that loves you better than I do, darling, I know. 'Cause you remind me every day. I'm not even alive, but I still stay. If you only
My bad, Jake. Here's what we have to do now. Take a video of the head.
No, it was an online order for Amber Crud. Chicken bacon ranch.
Or barbecue chicken.
Yes.
You wanna You're not holding.
Yep.
How long have we been heating up?
I hear you SOS,
James and Amy?
send out an army and find you in the middle of the darkest night. It's true, I will rescue you. There is no distance, cannot be covered over and over. You're not defenseless. I'll be your shelter, I'll be your armor. I hear you whisper underneath your breath. I hear you SOS, your SOS. I will send out an army and find you in the middle
Hey, take it easy, Holmes.
I will never stop marching the beach. You in the middle of the hardest.
Hey, no. Don't jump, Holmes.
I will rescue you. I hear the whisper underneath your breath. I hear you whisper your heartbeat.
You want me to hold you? Well, you want to go make a pizza with me? I'm dirty because of the dog?
Okay. Do you want to turn them around now?
You're calling me dirty.
You want
Look
to?
at you.
Right here? Are their wings done?
Yeah, they just came out.
You doing darkest?
Yeah.
Antonio, I feel like a big bag and I still.
Yours or the dog? Maybe we should just do a freaking food truck for dogs, babe. That would be kind of cool. Like a food truck is like dog treats, yeah. You know?
Let's walk that.
That sounds like something.
He's like, tell him I might come.
With you by my side. So earlier we went to the pizza
Yeah, probably like sometimes 30 minutes after you left.
Really?
So that's
She's
twice
awesome. She's awesome. She used to come to Preston all the time.
Yeah, she's like, tell him I'm getting addicted again, like when I was working across the street.
Yeah.
All the way down.
Put olives on shit. We like working holidays because we make more money. We're busier. We get bigger tips. It's a good deal.
Yes, I would love to get some. All my picking up.
Hey, you want some pizza or what? Actually, I have. I'm talking about pizza.
I hate it. Oh, yeah. I hate it. Oh, that's the wolf outfit. Yeah.
What's my spot? Yours means to what's mine? You said you needed an extra hour of work, right? No? I thought you said you wanted an extra hour.
Hey, you see the tip box with that?
Yeah, bro, what the heck? Bro, there's nothing in it. There's $0 or pennies. You didn't work hard enough, bro. I wouldn't have burnt it. After I said I'd be on Friday, there's no dough in mine. Maybe that's why there's no tips in there, bro.
Where's that mom?
Mine. Speak up.
You want a clean tray or a dirty tray?
What?
Green train, you guessing?
Clean, bro. You'll be right back. You need to go inside? Okay.
Wait, put it now. I thought you said dump it. Oh, okay.
If you need more, just come grab it.
You sneak off again, MZ? You sneaked off
Hey,
again?
Rustillion.
Now we need chicken.
Russell Sniffle Skin.
What?
We're taking Pete Stop to the moon. To the moon. I don't think one person used that door today that I was here. Yeah, I did.
The business. Oh, you finished? Yes.
Someone's here. DoorDash. Hey, welcome to this. Did you have an order? Lucas?
Don't forget it, please. Yes, okay.
Alright, brother, here you go.
Goodbye.
No, I don't have ranch or feta. Go eat this up real quick before you go home, Russell. I'm in the middle of something.
Like no sauce, no light sauce. Well, the one. It's like a 2K up here, just or whatever you have. It's more than 2K. Yes. It's half though, what do you think? I used to walking around with like a rag. That's what I didn't want. You just see the tip thing. Bro, there was no tip. Well, they did a lot of no cash tips. okay though. It's okay. It doesn't always happen. For the live, even if we didn't get those, we'd still be. You know. Good evening, Writing Solo. What's up there, Russell? Who is playing music? I'm Ava Stranger. I think you can find her online somewhere. How many are the wings?
Awkward?
Really low. Really slow.
You say I'm strong when I think I'm weak. You say I am dead when I fall short. When I don't belong, oh, you say I'm yours. And I believe, yes I believe what you say about me. Oh, I believe. The only thing that matters now is everything you think of me. See me right, find my worth in you. I find my identity. Ooh, you say I'm loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I'm strong when I think I'm weak. You say I am held when I am falling short. And when I don't belong, oh, you say I'm yours. And I believe, oh, I believe what you say about me. Oh, I believe. Taking all my heart, and now I'm laying it at your feet. 'Cause you have everything, you got it. You'll have every victory. Oh, you say I am loved when I can't feel a thing. And you say I am strong when I think I'm weak. And you say I am held when I am falling short. When I don't belong, oh, you say I'm yours. And I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. Oh, I believe, yes, I believe. Oh, I believe what you say of me. Yes, I believe.
Maybe I need to set him on a cooling rack for 1 minute. Yeah. Okay guys, go ahead and drop your comments real quick and then we'll make sure that she sees some of the comments about the performance. So if you liked it, be sure to let us know right now in the comments. Hurry up. Anti-flop. That was excellent. Yeah, that was excellent.
Yeah, we appreciate you giving her the opportunity. It was super fun.
Of course, I had these guys. I told these guys to drop a couple comments so she can go back and see if she wants to watch the performance. She can go back and see all the live comments and everything. I'll leave that Venmo in for the rest of the night, and then anything she wants, just have her order whatever, pizza, breadsticks, wings, whatever she likes, salad, and then we'll take care of dinner for her.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Of course,
You guys
thank
are
you
awesome.
guys. That was
This
great.
So much fun.
That was great. I'm gonna wash my hands real quick. I call that and here, come check them out. So they're all clapping for you. You got a bunch of thumbs up here. Great job, beautiful voice,
Oh, that's
amazing
so
voice,
nice.
beautiful, talented, great job, beautiful voice. They loved it. The
That's
whole
so
time it was
nice.
awesome. You held like 200 to 300 followers the whole time.
Really? Dang.
So I dropped we dropped your Venmo in the top comment.
Oh,
Maybe
really?
some of these guys will help you out on that.
That'd be great.
So yeah, let them know where they can find you real quick, Instagram, wherever. And
Oh, is it still on?
yeah, you're still live.
Hi guys, I'm Ava. Thank you so much for listening to me tonight. It's been super fun. This is like I love singing.
gotta figure out
the
how to
piano.
maintain
it's like
this
everything
color.
I love to do. So definitely go like Venmo. I don't have a YouTube channel, but there's a pinned comment, right?
Yep, there's a pin.
For my Instagram that you can go check out, and then my Venmo is dropped on there too. Please help me out. I would love that. Thank you.
Hey, maybe we can get her back, you guys. That was great. That was great. So maybe we can get her maybe at the Preston store, maybe back here later in the season, whenever. Go ahead and grab yourself some food, whatever you want.
Oh, thanks.
Anything, salad, wings, pizza, breadsticks, whatever you want. Okay?
Thank you so much.
Russell, will you hurry and take her order real quick before you take off? Okay, thank you. Hey, great job.
Thank you guys.
Oh, you're off at 9? Yes! I knew it! Yes! I knew it!
So here you guys can get a preview of down here in my fridge. I will have a bin right here with the most used toppings, and then right here
Hey, if you pull up that video,
I will pull
drop in a bunch of comments. So you'll see the new one.
my dough out, set right here, scrape from here, put here, make the pizza, peel, oven. This tank of propane says that it can last for 16 hours running the Ghazni oven. I don't know if I believe that or not. But we're going to be running at least 2 40-pound tanks, if not more. So anyway, thank you guys for enjoying the Ghazni oven installation and loading of the ovens and testing our first pizza inside the pizza truck. Brian, thank you for buying the first pizza out of Pizza Stop and Go's truck. I appreciate you so much, brother. I appreciate all of you guys. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. And Memorial Day is tomorrow, but you know what to do. Catch us on the live. Peace out, everybody. Happy holidays.
Welcome to 18th Century Cooking. I'm your host, John Townsend, and today we're doing a beef stew, something you've had many times in the past. But this recipe has some interesting 18th century additions. Thanks for joining us as we savor the flavors and the aromas of the 18th century. When I'm looking for dishes, recipes to cook, I want something that everyone can relate to, and everyone can relate to a recipe like this one. But I also want something that's very, very specifically 18th century. This recipe is from The Lady's Assistant by Charlotte. And this recipe book is filled with very, very well-to-do dishes, expensive dishes, and low dishes as well. This one's no different. So let's find this recipe. It's not in the book under beef stew like we might think. This one has a fancy name. It's called Rump au Ragout. Let's read it here. Cut the meat from the bone, flour it, fry it, pour over it a little boiling water, about a pint of small beer, add a carrot or two, an onion stuck with cloves, some whole peppers, salt, a piece of lemon peel, a bunch of sweet herbs. Let these stew an hour, then add some good gravy. When the meat is tender, take it out, strain the sauce, thicken it with a little flour, add a little celery, ready boiled, a little ketchup. Put in the meat, just simmer it up. Or the celery may be omitted, and the ragout enriched by adding mushrooms, fresh or pickled, artichoke bottoms, boiled and quartered, and the hard yolks of eggs. Now, if we read through this, we see underneath it all, it's just a plain old beef stew. Now, we cut up the meat chunks kind of small. You could cook this all in sort of one big piece of meat. Obviously, we don't want the bones. We cut that out of here. But she's added all these things to make it a meal that could go on a fairly well-to-do table. We could show it. She makes this fancy here. She adds things like the mushrooms and fresher pickle, the artichoke bottoms, which is a very interesting addition to this. And it'll definitely change the flavor and the look, and especially the hard yolks of eggs. Those are little garnishes that she's putting on top of something that is basically pretty plain. So it's great that we have basically a very, very simple recipe, something that we would recognize as beef stew, or she fancies it up. Our first step on this recipe is our meat. We're going to take the meat and cut it into smaller size pieces. The recipe doesn't call for this specifically, but it's going to cook much easier like this and make a wonderful beef stew. So we're going to cut these pieces down and then season them. In this case, we only need to season with some salt, and then we're going to dredge these through some flour and get ready for browning them. So our piece of meat here is a wonderful round that is boneless. Our Dutch oven is all warmed up. We've got some butter already melted in the bottom of the pan. Let's toss in these pieces to brown. While our meat is simmering, let's work on the other components of this recipe. We've got some carrots here that we want for our stew, and we're going to just scrape these real quick to get the outside layer off of them. It doesn't take very long at all. There we go. Now, we're not using a giant Dutch oven here, so we only need a couple of these carrots. We're just going to cut some rounds for this, and I like my carrots to not get too I like them to get a little softer, so we're going to cut them a little bit thinner so they have time to soften up in our stew. And we need an onion with cloves. And this is one of those tricks that you see all over 19th century cookbooks. And that has to do with how do you get cloves into this dish and flavor it without them staying in there when you actually want to strain it later on. You don't want these cloves to be there when you're eating the dish. You just want it to flavor it in the beginning parts. So we have our onion and cloves, and we just stick our cloves into our onion here. And remember, this is a high-end stew, as it were, so we even got lemon peel in here. There's lots and lots of complex flavors. We just want that little outer bit of our lemon peel. We don't get any of that white pith in there. And I don't know that we need a ton here, but it'll be nice to get a good little bit of peel. We're going to build a very, very complex dish here, so we're going to keep adding ingredients. Celery is one of these. Again, on this recipe, she says you can leave that out if you add some of these other ones. We're just going to add a bit of celery in. We don't need a lot, but I want a little bit. Celery brings a certain kind of flavor with it, and definitely a certain kind of texture, which is really important. Now it's time to work on our artichoke. Artichokes can be intimidating, and they're a little tricky to get into. You want an in-depth one, we've done an artichoke episode, check that out. But let's get this. I think on this, so what we really want is the core section down here. We're going to chop off the very top part of this artichoke. We don't want any of this. We can see this is, it's like a giant bed. This is the inner part of our thistle. The purple part, we don't want any of that. It's like
People have been asking if we can
and we're also going to cut off the base of this stem. You might want a little bit of the stem. There's still some good stuff in the very center of that, but we don't need very much of it. So let's get rid of the first. There we go. So we just have about an inch of the stem here. We want to peel off all these outer leaves. There we go. We just want these tender inner leaves here in just the bottom parts. And I'm going to take my knife and trim this away. Well, let's cut this in half. This will make it a whole lot easier. Let's cut our thing right down the center, from the center of the stem through the center of the piece, and you can really see what's going on there. Check that out. There we go. You can see this sort of a cutaway view, and you can see this inner part that's all hairy. We don't want any of that at all. We're going to cut all that loose, and we're going to trim out the very outside. So our artichoke doesn't look beautiful and white right now. We used a carbon steel knife, and that causes a problem with something like an artichoke where it oxidizes. It gives that dark gray look. Doesn't look great. If this was used for a garnish in the top of the dish, I would have a bowl with lemon juice in it. Drop these in to keep it from doing that oxidation. In our case, it's not going to matter any, so I'm going to go ahead and not worry about that. And now going to slice these up into smaller pieces so we can go into our stew. And here we go. Our artichoke is ready just like that. We'll have a couple of artichokes. We have enough. It's time to put our vegetables in. Meat is ready. Now it's time for vegetables. We've already got our celery and our carrots cut. I'm going to put in the artichokes now. And remember, the artichokes in the recipe, those are sort of intended for, a garnish later on. In our circumstance, we're not really concerned about that.
Sam both did. Sam did a couple years.
The artichokes need to go early because they're not going to be too boiled, so they're going in now. Let's put these artichokes in. I've got our lemon peel and lemon peel.
Call your girlfriend the wrong name, bro. You're not supposed to do that.
When I normally think of stews, it's a pretty simple dish. This one's very complicated.
I'm just giving you shit, Russell.
So there are
Preston
the
Fair.
artichokes. Let's go ahead and put in peppercorns. So let's sprinkle some peppercorns in there. Let's put in our onion with cloves. Remember these cloves, they'll come out easy. Later on, we'll take this whole onion, nestle that down in there so that it can cook in the flavor. We don't want that to set up on top. I've got some dried mushrooms instead of fresh so that they can rehydrate. I'll put them in.
You play
At this
ball
stage,
like
we also put in our bundle sweeters. We got a little bit of sage. We got some
Name that
onion,
movie.
here's some
You know, most
parsley.
of them that
This
acted that
again
are
will add a
actually
bunch of
were,
flavor. We're just going to tuck this in. It's
Cubbies.
in our bundle. Here's the
That was what filmed in Ogden?
now our liquid ingredients. We've got small beer, full
Yeah,
beer,
I went to the
this
field
stage,
and it looked
in the case
bad.
of the small beer, we
Bad.
can use the beer
Oh, you went to the field?
to use. And
All right, Russell, get to clean and help him
this
up.
up with
Okay, we gotta get all
warm
these
water.
screens over there. We gotta get underneath all the table swept. We gotta get everything wiped down.
top of
Drink
our
cooler filled up. You know,
Energy cooler.
everything, bro. Everything. Boxes stocked up.
Is ready
That
to
table
simmer
needs
on the
wiped
fire.
out.
I'm so excited.
Out of table.
Viator offers free cancellation, which is useful when your relationship status goes from on to off to on again, at least once a trip. Find travel experiences for you at Viator.com.
See what happens with that. I've never seen one in a stew or a dish like this, so I'm really excited about trying this out. This goes
Chicken
on
bacon ranch
fire
coming
to
out
simmer.
next in 1 minute.
While that's still simmering,
You're better
we
than
have
I am
a
at it.
little bit of work to do. We've got to put in this little flavor and look to it, and that has to do with ginger. Again, it's an interesting little addition to a stew that I would never put in. We've got some boiled.
It's really good, actually. Like, it's got a lot of flavor.
Don't
need to say pineapple in the I mean,
These will go in right at the end.
for sure.
They'll look good. I'm
That's
ready.
like me saying I'm going to pour horses. I want to show off that stage. I love stuff. Because each horseman has a different role. So one horseman brings famine and it'll bring fire and natural.
So this is going to really set it off. After our good gravy, a little bit of mushroom ketchup. You can find a link for that down in the description. Finally, it's done. It's ready to try out. The smells are just amazing. And you know what? I like my beef stew thick, and this turned out thick. So let's find out what happens with all these flavors. It's so complex for, beef stew, right? So here's the beef done to perfection. Cloves come out right up on top. So the question is, what's happening with all this, the broth, the liquid part here? These are very complex flavors. They're all there, layered together. It's not like there's very many standouts there, but they're definitely, it's very, very rich, and you can even get a little bit of that. So let's find out what really happens with the artichokes. That's the one I really wanted to know.
Then he brings that.
It's artichoke, all right. Well, artichoke is not adding a whole lot of different flavor here. Texture. I don't know if it's wasted in this. Maybe as a garnish up on top, a little bit separately would make a little bit more sense. But it's definitely something different. A little mushroom, a little egg yolk. I can see why they put the egg yolk, especially on top. This is so good. The food that held
Breaking
up
my
a nation,
stuff.
fish. We don't think about fish the same way they did in the 18th
You want me to do
century.
that?
We
You
don't
got
think
it?
about fish as one of those most important provisions.
You should have taken
In the
those out
18th
before you brought that one
century,
back
it
in.
was so very, very important. It would show up regularly on the table of the richest man in the colonies, as well as in the stomach of the very, very poorest. It was so plentiful anyone could harvest fish from the sea or from the rivers. It would take maybe just a tiny bit of equipment, a hook and a line, or even just a sharpened stick if that's all you had. You could even just dig along the shore of the ocean and get shellfish. It was so important that it would show up in the list of commodities that were being traded. So today in the Midwest, we can turn on certain radio stations and we can hear about, how much beef cattle are selling for, or pork, corn, and wheat, how much that sells for by the bushel. In the 18th century, one of those things was barrels of cod, preserved fish. It was that important. Fresh and preserved fish were important not just to the coast, but to inland portions as well. The rivers were full of fish in the 18th century. There's a wonderful memoir of William Nolan where he talks about his childhood in 1830s backwoods Michigan. And his father built a fish trap. He caught fish, so many fish that they had more than enough for the immediate need. They were able to preserve those fish and survive on them throughout the year when other crops were not available. Today we're going to dive in and take a deeper look into why fish was the food that held up a nation.
Okay, here you go. Have a good one, man.
For the individual or an individual household, fishing could be extremely vital to their household economy, to their very survival. There are times when you might choose to settle in a particular spot just because the fishing was good, even though that might not be the only thing you're going to be doing. Matthew Patton is a perfect example. His amazing diary where he really goes in depth. He talks about creating this fish trap across the local river with a group of 3 other households. And between them, they harvest shad in the springtime and salmon all through the summer. So in the summertime, every 3 or 4 days, he'll go up to the fish trap and he'll get 2 or 3 or 6 fish, and then he will share those with other people that are his partners in that. And he uses those fish as a means of trade in his local economy. So all the households around him in the town, they're going to be benefiting from that fishing. So it's really important. We don't think about that today as part of our
I'm
family.
turning your bottom oven off, alright?
That we would go out and go fishing specifically so we could trade those within the households around us.
Now don't be messing around, bro. I'm not kidding. Don't be messing around.
So today on the homestead, we are smoking.
Don't be messing
fish.
around.
And
I know, but I don't want to have to babysit you via camera. You know what integrity means?
People are still
Integrity
smoking
means doing
fish
the right
today.
thing
It's
if
great
nobody's
for a
watching.
situation like
All
the
right.
homestead.
Okay,
where
we're gonna
you
wrap
may
up the
not
live
have
tonight. Thank you
access
guys.
to
Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll catch you Monday on the live. Peace out, everybody.
So, smoking is a means of preservation. It might not last as long as
So this is your
the
first
other
time buying a
ones,
home? Yeah,
but
this
it gives
is
it
first
a
time
wonderful
doing any of
flavor,
this.
and it makes it so your
we
fish
definitely
can
have the stress
last
and anxiety
several
part down.
weeks
I know
instead of
this can
several
all
days.
seem a bit overwhelming,
And this is a
but everything
method
is
that
in the email
also
I sent
can
you the
go
other day.
along with
Go a long way to
some
ease
of
those
these
new
other
anxieties.
methods.
Information
So
about
there are
financing,
times when
inspections.
fish would be partially salted,
And if you haven't
and
looked at it
then
yet,
when
let's
they
go
got
through it
back,
together.
they would be processed. And they would be smoked, so like a red
Expertise.
herring or
Just
smoked
one of the many
herring,
ways an
that's
agent
done
who's a
that way,
realtor
where you
works
would
for you.
kind of salt the fish, and then when it comes back in from the ocean, you would reprocess that and put it in a smoking situation. So the smoking can be done in an individual situation, which perfectly, very easy to do, or it can be done in a very large sort of commercial operation. So smoking was done a lot, and it really imparts a whole different flavor to your fish. Smoking fish does not take incredible equipment. We see here a simple rack made of green twigs, and this is very simple. It would be done by Native Americans as well as settlers in this situation. And you might also have a smokehouse that's specifically made for smoking and use that for fish. You can even hang them up in a chimney in your cabin or in your house. So there's so many different ways you can do the smoking of your fish or other meats too. There's something else going on with smoking that we might not realize, especially today. And in the 18th century, especially with those partially salted fish, those fish are starting to ferment. They're starting to go off, to go bad. And they would use a method like smoking to impart extra flavor to cover up those fermented fish. But at times, that very fermented fish flavor was sought after. So they would set those fish aside so that they would begin to ferment and then bring them in and smoke them to get all that flavor. It's fermented fish, a little salt, and the smoking all together in one very sought after flavors. One of the great things about the smoked fish is that it's edible right out of your package. You don't have to cook it if you don't have the ability to do that. So if you're on the trail in the canoe, it's something that we can eat just like it is. Enjoy it. So very, very good. You do have to be a little careful. Work around those bones. It is a great on-the-go food, especially in a situation like this where we're traveling. We need to have something, but we don't want to take the time to stop and camp. We want to be able to eat right out of our haversack. So, boy, that is great. We're traveling here in the dugout canoes. Makes me think of a story. So, all up and down the east coast of the United States, out in the ocean, you're doing fishing. But the rivers are super important for fishing too. There's a problem though. When you're fishing in the rivers in the 18th century, it's not people with, fishing poles along the side of the river. It's nothing like that. In the 18th century, fishing in the rivers had to do with making fishing weirs and fishing traps. So they would create these funnels in the river out of stones, out of brush, to make the fish all go into one particular spot. And then in that spot, they would have nets or other kinds of fish trap so that they could capture fish 24 hours a day. It was really important to be able to do that. But the rivers in the 18th century, they were also the interstate highways. That's how people are transporting themselves and their goods to market. So they're taking a dugout canoe just like this, and they may have it heaped over with grain, hides, all kinds of things they're taking to market. Fish traps and transportation, they don't go together. So this created a collision between the different people groups there in North America. They took this problem to the government. They said, who gets the rights to work with the river here? Is it about transport or is it about fishing? The government at times sided with transportation, but they had no way to enforce that. They didn't have a way to say, who's in charge of policing the river. So the people took this into their own hands, basically. There was a story about a group of folks who gathered in the upper river section. They came down the river in their dugout canoes, and they started to tear the fish traps apart, take them down so that they could use the river for transport. Well, they were met by another group of fishermen there on the river, and a battle ensued. Let's just say the fish traps won the day that day. Stories like that are the ones that really excite me about digging into history, where we can find out about people, how they interacted with these problems. And those are everyday people, not the rich people or people that show up in history books, but the folks that really are battling out for their very survival. So industrial fishing in the 18th century was just as important to the economy, in fact, probably more important to the economy of North America than industrial fishing is today. Today, and in the 18th century, there's this real big problem. When you're industrially fishing, you are catching thousands and thousands of fish in a day. And your fish need to be processed because they immediately start to rot. They start to go bad. Today, in the giant industrial fisheries, the fishes are gutted and then they're immediately frozen. That's what we're used to today now. Frozen fish, we get maybe fresh fish at the market or we get frozen. In the 18th century, they didn't have that possibility. There's no frozen, no freezing going on to deliver. So, there you go, keep it going. The fish gets salted. So they preserve the meat. So the fish would be gutted and then they would be processed with piles of salt. And if they were going to be out any length of time, they would actually mix those fish with salt, even more salt, and then barrel them up.
Good job!
We might not think about it today, but New England was specifically chosen as a spot for great fisheries. That's one of the reasons why they landed in that location. So they knew about this great fisheries right off the coast of New England because they had been fishing up and down the coast for decades before the Puritans landed in the plantation. While ocean fishery was a very, very important part of the economy, river fishing is probably just as important. There are multiple species of kind of fish that would come up from the ocean into the rivers in North America during the 18th century, and they had very, very prolific runs. So it was even easier to catch large quantities of fish as they run up the river, especially in the spring. At Mount Vernon, George Washington carried on a large business in fisheries there on the Potomac River. The shad would run up the river in the springtime, and they would literally catch thousands of shad every day. And these were very large fish. So these fish would immediately have to be preserved. So George Washington purchased many, many barrels of salt just so these fish could be processed at that location, salted down, put into barrels, and sold as pickled shad or salted shad into the market. So it was one of his best cash crops. We've got some great examples of preserved fish right here on the table. Here is a box with salted cod. This cod was caught off the coast of North America and immediately salted, and today we get them in small boxes. In the 18th century, these were put into large 50-gallon barrels of salted cod, and these would be sold into the market in different areas in Europe, in the Caribbean, and along the coast of North America. It's a very, very common product being sold to and used by any sort of workmen, sailors, soldiers. And if you don't have a lot of salt, and this takes a tremendous quantity of salt to process saltfish like this, cod and other species can be just dried. This is a difficult process that takes a special time of year and sometimes a special location. So this is a cod that is caught in the wintertime, probably the sort of late winter, and these are processed, gutted on board the ship, and then taken to the shore and put up on racks where they would sort of dry in the wintertime when it's still very cold so that they don't do a lot of decomposing, and then all that moisture is like pulled out of the fish. So it's very, very cold and very, very dry at the same time. And they would have racks and racks of fish like this so that they would be able to process, again, thousands and thousands each season. And stockfish is amazing in its preserved capabilities like this. It's so dry that it really doesn't go bad. If you keep it dry, it'll be good for years in the future. You only need your fish to be preserved for a week or 2 weeks. One of the very special methods is the potting method. And this is a method of cooking the fish, then draining all the liquids off of it, and then sealing that into butter.
These have been,
So
like, one of
it's
my
sort of a
cravings.
very, very
Airheads.
primitive canning method
I can't even
of
see
the
the
18th
comments on
century.
there.
They weren't able to do it under pressure or anything like this, but it would seal that
I wonder
fish
why.
off so that it wouldn't continue to deteriorate.
Hello,
And really,
Rich.
all these methods are trying to achieve exactly the same thing.
Almost 5
After our fish dies, it immediately starts to decompose. Bacteria start to try to break it
250
down.
already?
What we want to happen is to slow that process down
They are
or
good, huh?
stop it as much as possible. There are times when we allow that to happen a little bit so that the fish will ferment. And that's all right. And they would like that, some of those flavors. And there are other times that they would try to make that happen, not happen at all, so that the bacteria would be shut down immediately by large quantities of salt, or in this case, cooking. In the research, when you dig into it, it's very interesting to watch.
Try killing bugs the worry-free way, not the other way. Zevo traps use light to attract and trap flying insects with no odor and no mess. They work continuously, so you don't have to. Zevo, people-friendly, bug-deadly.
What happens and how each culture in different places deal with the situation they have with a particular fish and their availability of salt and what their climate is like. So certain fish you could
telling
not
you, if you
dry
want me
if
to
you
have a
wanted
new
to.
hat,
The
you
fish would
better send me a
immediately
new
start
hat.
to rot, but the culture was able to find a particular fish they could do that with. And then there's the idea of salting. Different types of fish need more or less salt. And then there's the idea of why they let the fish go ahead and ferment and then salt it and stop it at a particular kind of flavor. And you can imagine that that probably happened by accident. People weren't able to deal with the fish when they wanted to, and they came back and had to eat it and found out that it had a great flavor. If they actually let it, as it were, rot for a little bit before they started doing this preservation method. And today we might look at it and say, yuck, but we don't actually know how that was processed. Some people really, really enjoy the flavor of certain kinds of fish that other people would say was garbage. I think we would be amazed if we went back into the 18th century and saw the things they were throwing away or giving to animals as feed that we would consider great luxuries today. The roe that comes in fish can be very, very sought after by people, like caviar. And yet, in the 18th century, most of that was given to the pigs. There's a wonderful story in Nicholas Creswell's journal from 1774, and he is the son of a fairly well-to-do farmer. And he is going to the New World to seek his fortune. He's going by ship. And while he's on board ship, he's interacting with the sailors and everyone on board ship. It's a fairly small ship, but he sees stockfish being served out, and he relates the whole story because he's never interacted with stockfish, and he's never seen it in his life. So he sees them pounding with hammers and serving it into some sort of a stew, and he can't imagine actually eating that. He rejects that as food. So as somebody who's from that upper crust, he has never thought of having to eat stockfish in his life. What is he really eating? Well, if he's going to have preserved fish, he's going to have some of this wonderful potted salmon. This is the kind of food that the upper crust would be able to afford and that they would enjoy, and probably the very best way is to serve it on toast. So let's give this wonderful potted salmon a try. It was made a few days ago, spiced nicely. It's wonderful fillet of salmon. Let's find out. There are some really, really wonderful flavors that come in here. Obviously, we've got some creamy butter flavor. Now, if this was older, we would scrape off the very, very top of the butter. But the butter goes with it and mixes everything together here. It brings out some wonderful flavors. We have a chance to spice this nicely, so it's got some salt and pepper, a little bit of nutmeg, which shows up in all these recipes. And it is really a very superb dish and a wonderful spread on something like this. I can imagine Nicholas Cresswell and his well-to-do father sitting beside their fire and snacking on something just like this poncy. It's very great. This batch turned out really good. The last batch, again, it's very, very spreadable, and we added a little bit more spices. I think this one's even better than the first time we made it in our earlier episode. Again, we can see this as a very high-end dish for the 18th century. Nothing like the salt cod or the stockfish or any of these other dishes that were really meant for enslaved Africans, indentured servants, day workers, as soldiers and sailors. Those people are the ones that are really the people that have to feed themselves on these other sort of less expensive ways of preserving fish.
You're going to start dropping anyways, and the more kids you have, everything's already kind of like broken in. Yeah, well, this baby sits a lot lower than Cozy did because, you know, I don't know how to explain it.
Alright. Should we bring him over here? Make a little za? Make a little za? Huzzah! We need at least 100 likes to make a pizza right now.
Right, 90.
Are you freaking kidding me? After all this work, we don't even have 100 likes?
Earlier I mentioned Nicholas Cresswell's journal, 1774 through 1777. And not only does Nicholas Cresswell run into stockfish and decide that it's just disgusting, and you know, we surmise that he undoubtedly had eaten potted fish at home in England, but he also deals with other kinds of fishing. So Nicholas Cresswell, he heads into the backcountry. Not many people talk about heading into the backcountry.
Nice.
Luckily, we have this wonderful journal here. This begins probably a week or so after he is already started on his journey into what is now Kentucky. Tuesday, May 30th, 1775. This day, Mr. Norse, Mr. Taylor, and Rice went to take a view of the country. Mr. Johnston and I took a walk about 3 miles from the river, find the land pretty level, a blackish sandy soil, timber chiefly beech. In our absence, those at the camp caught a large catfish which measured 6 inches between the eyes. We supposed it would weigh 40 pounds. I don't expect our company back tonight. So while they're traveling in the backcountry, they have to have all the sorts of provisions they would need. You can't take everything you need, so you're always supplementing that whenever possible with whatever you can get fresh. They shot turkeys, buffalo at times, and in this case, they were fishing. They even found turtle eggs so that they could make bread or pancakes. So very interesting journey. About a month later, he has been into the backcountry, and now it's time to head home. And they are out of provisions. He's really kicking himself that they hadn't stopped and smoked a bison along the way that they had shot. So here he is, Saturday, July 1st, 1775. This morning, John Clifton left us. He intends going home by land. He's behaved very well. Our provisions are almost gone. All our hooks and lines are broken. All our feet so tender by standing continually in the wet that it is impossible for us to hunt. And the small quantity of provision we have is swarming with maggots.
Us critters know that plants are pretty
they're
sweet.
having a rough time of
Nature's
it.
way took
They
that sweetness
are
and put it in a
unable to
bottle
hunt,
with
and
zero
they
sugar.
have lost
New
all
Alive
their
multivitamin
fishing
gummies with zero
on the
sugar.
way, and
Inspired
they
by
are
the power
starving.
of nature. Nature's
It's,
way.
They do survive. They don't have any problems. Within a couple of days, they land at a place that's civilized enough that they can get supplies. They dig potatoes right out of the ground and eat them raw. Even in this case, they're not always eating fresh. When there were opportunities, they had more meat or fish available to them at one time than they could eat. They would stop and they would smoke it along the way so that they would have something to eat for the next few days. It was incredibly difficult to travel in this situation because there was no means of supply other than what they had brought themselves and what they could catch. So today's fish stew is a perfect example of what you would cook either in a household or maybe on the trail, depending on the supplies that you have with you. This has got green vegetables that have been chopped down and placed in there. We've got some root vegetables. We're going to let those cook down, and then whatever fish that we have. We might use fresh fish if that's what we caught today. If we don't have that, we'll go back into our provisions. We'll use salt cod possibly, or even stockfish. And maybe if we've got some spices, we can really bring some flavor out. I think this one's going to be delicious.
You want on your half, not on your half? Alright. Okay, I'm on. Yeah? Yeah, have a seat. I'll have it out in like 8 minutes or so. Not gonna lie, I was spying on your guys' YouTube. That's what I'm doing right now. Yeah, we're making, these guys are watching us make the first one. I was like, I don't know if they're over or not. We're going to start training our staff, and then we'll probably open on Monday. So we have a full staff up in Preston that's willing to come help out, but I want to get some like one-on-one time, let everybody taste the pizza that they're making and stuff first before we start serving people.
Whether a person was an enslaved African, an indentured servant, working class, or a wealthy landowner, fish was one of the most plentiful resources the continent provided. It wasn't only food for your family. Entire industries other than fishing counted on a good catch. Barrel makers, salt workers, shipping and shipbuilding all depended on what came from the sea. Tens of thousands relied upon it for their employment, even their very survival. North America was chosen for its fishing opportunities. The waters were tested for years before Europeans ever settled here. The nation was built.
Yeah, we have one. It's just hidden behind that thing. Did you guys see me over in here, way feet up? Oh, when I go by over here? Yeah. I saw you look. I was like this. Come on in.
In today's episode of 18th Century Cooking, we are going to be digging into this very popular method of food preservation in the 18th century, and that is called potting. It's something that was done in kitchens in the 18th century all the time. The cookbooks are filled with recipes for potting different sorts of things, generally meats, fish, and sometimes even vegetables. And even though it was done all the time in the 18th century, today we don't use this same method of food preservation. It's been replaced by canning, either canning in an everyday kitchen or sort of industrial canning. So what we're going to end up with today is something very similar to this salmon that has been canned. Now, many of these recipes are specifically for, like, say, salmon or lobster or different sorts of meats. This particular recipe out of Mrs. Fraser's cookbook is just for potting any sort of fish. It says, scrape and clean them well, cut them into middling pieces, season with salt and spices, pack them close up in a potting can with plenty of butter above and below. Tie some folds of coarse paper on the pot, then put them into a slow oven, so not too hot. And when they are enough fired, or cooked in this case, take them out of the can, drain them well from their liquor, let both cool, put the fish into small white pots, skim all the butter off of the liquor, then take some more butter, along with that you take from the liquor, melt it down, pour it on the fish, and then it ends with, this is kind of curious, send in the pots to the table. Now this kind of referenced the idea that this finished thing would basically go right to the table. Generally though, this is a food preservation method, and you'll see some of these recipes saying, when you do this, this might last up to a year in its little cooking vessel. Let's get right into the recipe here. We've got a couple pieces of salmon fillets. We're gonna cut this down to the size that's gonna fit into our potting dish. Because of course, we're gonna cook these once and then they're actually gonna go back into our potting dish. So we know kind of the size they need to be. We're gonna salt and pepper these first, cut them in half so that they will fit in this particular pot well. We're gonna butter the inside of it well, and then put in a small layer of butter in the bottom, lay our pieces of salmon on top, a little bit more butter up on top of those, and then this is gonna go in the oven. Most of these recipes actually call for covering this dish in the oven, or how it's being baked, with paper. We're gonna take brown paper, cover our dish, tie that over the top, and that's gonna seal in the flavors and the moisture. We don't want this to dry out. We don't want to lose those wonderful flavors. In it goes to the oven, and again, she called for a slow oven, so we're gonna bake this at 325 degrees. We're gonna bake this in a Dutch oven. So our potted salmon is in the oven baking right now, and I thought I would talk a little bit more about potting. So again, they potted all sorts of meats and vegetables. And we have done potted beef before, wonderful episode. They would pot brawn, they would pot venison, and even something like poultry. Imagine small birds, they would pot whole. So you would have like a whole woodcock or something, sealed up in your little potting dish. They also potted vegetables and things like mushrooms. Not only that, but they potted butter itself. I'm not sure exactly how you pot butter. Maybe you pack it in there, and then you pour clarified butter on top, and you hope it doesn't melt.
Somebody come in for
exactly
the first
how potted
pizza.
butter worked.
They said they were spying on our YouTube channel to see if we're open.
Now, where did this
come from? They were driving up, and then they just came in. So look, check, this is the pizza that we're making for the first in-house customer.
Crust,
half pepperoni, half peppers.
To do a meat preservation method, and we've covered that also in the past. It would take the top off of these.
Got like a minute and a half on that one.
Clarified butter, and then
it'll be ready to go.
Top back on.
I need to put it on that, and I gotta grab my cutter
from
from
earlier.
earlier.
Up to a month. I think there was then a evolution where the crust disappeared.
So you guys
and
from
was just
here
replaced
in town?
by this potting dish. So it kind of
cool.
saved a bunch of effort
Awesome.
and shortcut the whole
So you probably
system.
see me in
So
here
you
every day
generally see
working
this
on it.
potting method showing up in the very early.
There is a lot
17th
of traffic
century.
on here.
By the 18th century, it is a very popular method. In the 18th century, one of the most common.
Yeah, we
things that
took
you
like
would
half of
find
our
that you
tools
would
out
buy
yesterday,
in the store
and I put them in my
is
truck.
potted char,
And
which
then
is a
I didn't
special
drive my
kind
truck today.
Of freshwater
and I
fish
didn't
that was
realize
available
all the tools
in
that I need.
England at the time, and I've got this wonderful reference. It is from 1738, so it's a fairly early reference. And this is the Duke of Montague, and he is writing a Mr. Atkinson. He says that I received yours of the first of this month, your package, and also the pot of char, which you sent by that day's courier, which was the best I ever ate. And I would have you send me some of the same sort by every carrier. Take care to pick the henfish and those that are of the red kind, and let them be potted and seasoned just as that pot was, for it can't be better.
Change
That's what the Duke of Montague
Well,
thought about.
there's part of me
potted
that wants to
char.
do it, and I should have done it if I was going to do it before.
Let's take our salmon
But there's
out
another
of the
part
oven.
of me that has to
Our
leave something
salmon
that's
has
not
been
done.
in this Dutch
For
oven
somebody on
for 35 minutes.
That's my toast to Ellie. I don't know if you know, I got a new toast, like neon pizza slice with a dagger going in it. You've probably seen it. And I'm going to be getting a lot more done around here. Anyway, what time is it? It's 2:20. I have finished up. I'm just going to Hold on, what are we talking about? We're talking about money, talking about cash. A lot of people ask me why I don't take cash. Basically, I do take cash. If it's spot on. The reason I don't want to carry change, I don't have the time to take cash off people. Like, I do have a wireless microphone, guys. I just didn't want to use it today because it hangs the battery. Anyway, I just saw that comment. So yeah, the reason I don't take cash on the market, I used to, but it takes me ages. Every time I touch cash, I need to wash my hands, which has time. I have a limited amount of water. I've got like 10, 15, 20 litres of water. So yeah, I'll take cash if it's spot on change, if I don't have to do an exchange of change. But the thing is, I have like a lot of 50s. I have like £9.50 for one of my £8.50. Sometimes one of my pizzas might be £9.75. I cannot be asked to go and get 5p's, 20p's, 50p's, pound coins. And when I go to the bank, my bank actually want to charge me to take my money out in change. And the thing is, I can only order a certain amount at a time. So I have to go there and I have to order, say, £100 coins. But I'll turn up and they'll be like, oh, I've only got 3 bags, so I'll only got 60 quid of pound coins. And it's just a pain in the arse. I've also got to, like, when I go and get change, I've got to drive into my town centre to go to my bank, which means I've got to pay for parking. And actually, the card fees on my Zettel are 1%. So it's literally a penny in the pound. So it costs me to take a card transaction, which actually means I'm faster, I can sell more, and I don't have to worry about it. And to be honest, like a lot of people are saying, also it's a security risk. I work alone. I don't want people, you know, an unsavoury character might be watching me work, might see me taking all this cash, might know I might have hundreds of pounds in cash on the van, and I work alone. I don't, you know, I can handle myself, that's all right. If someone was to try it on, I'd give it a go, but like I don't want to avoid that. There's just not worth me having a shit ton of cash in the van or having to deal with change. So that's the reason. I know cash is king. I hate the fact that I can't deal with it. If I had someone running the front of the house, then yes, I would probably take cash a lot more and I'd offer it. But you know what? Even when I did take cash, 95%, if not more, wanted to pay by card anyway. So it was just, there was just no point in it. So like, you know, I was spending all that time getting change, and then I've got to take the cash to the bank to deposit it, which again is a pain in the ass. So this way, I click the button whilst I'm working, click, 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 they do the transaction, I ain't got to worry about it. In 2 days time, that money's going to be in my bank account. I lost the 1%, but you know, it saved me the hassle. So that's why, okay? Simple as that. Anyway, I'm just going to make one last pizza. It's for my little boy. It's for his dinner. So if anyone has got any questions whilst I'm making it, then far away. Your drug dealers only accept cash. Yeah, I'm a different kind of pusher. Just pizza pusher. My sister's a pizza pusher. Anyway, right, let's get this done. My little boy wanted he wanted pepperoni. He says I want a margarita with pepperoni, which is just a pepperoni pizza. So let's get this done and then we can start packing up. Might we turn an oven off? Save some gas. Right, let's do this. Don't get the runny. Fit out for it. Okay. Making all day breakfast pizza. No. Watching my videos convinced me to buy an Ocos Arc XL. Good choice. Wicked oven. Absolutely wicked oven. I do everything but pizza in mine, so why don't I sell drinks? Because nobody comes to me for drinks. To be honest, I'll have them. If I put them out there, I'll probably sell like 2 in 100 customers. Like, and then I just end up having fizzy drinks and cold drinks in here, and I just end up drinking them all the time. So, you know, and I don't make any money off them anyway. Hello! How you doing? Good.
You missed the pieces.
It's all gone, I'm afraid. Sorry, guys. Loving that shirt.
Thanks.
That's wicked. One sec. Gosh. Let's turn that one off. It's hot enough in here. Right. Okay. Oh, Rockbox oven for the garden, yes, definitely. For just pizza, family and friends, Rockbox is the king of ovens, wicked. What make is the Turning Pill use? For mostly for business, so Turning Pill, I've been using, so for years I've been using G-Metal. I've had this pill, you can see, it's pretty rough. I've had this one for 7 years, almost, and it just feels like an extension of my arm. But if I was to do it all over again, I would use this one. Now, this is, just because I'm a Gosney partner, it doesn't mean I'm going to have this, but the Gosney one is actually a better head because it doesn't have the rivets. And it doesn't have a slider mechanism, so you don't have anything that's going to rip on the pizza. I'm just not used to this handle yet. It's really nice, it's a nice thick handle, but ergonomically my hand is so used to the other one. So this was a G-Metal one. As you can see, it's got the little nub in here for the slider. This was actually like 2 meters long, and I cut it down to size. So this actually fit perfectly in my old bike trailer. Boss, I'll get back to you in a minute. That's right, I'm live. Cool. How are you doing?
Oh, yeah.
We need to do this. I've been meaning to get in touch with you, and I haven't done it.
No problem.
Would you like to do it next Wednesday?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me to bring stuff down?
So I'll probably come and see you on Tuesday and just come and pick it up if that's all right. Like in the afternoon, I could just swing round. I'll need like pre-smashed burgers and all the little bits and the condiments. Do you want to be in here and do the front of house? It's completely up to you. It would make it a lot easier for me.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, no problem.
Right, hold on, I'm going to tell you this. So we're on YouTube. The man from Tutus. We're going to be running a collaboration pizza. You'll hear it here first next week. The Mr. Chow, isn't it? Yeah, buddy. The Korean barbecue pizza. I'm so sorry, boss. I've sold out. So sorry. Sorry, God. Yeah, Korean barbecue. It's a Korean barbecue. It's a Korean.
Yep, Korean barbecue glaze. Like
smash burger. Basic. What else has it got on it?
Spring onions, chilies, kimchi.
We're going to lay all this down on the pizza with my cheese. It's going to be pretty awesome. He looks sketchy. You look sketchy.
Do I?
He does look a little sketchy. Harsh, but true. No, so he's going to be doing the front of the house. I hope he doesn't look sketchy.
Yeah, exactly.
Clean your image up.
I'll try and be more friendly looking next week.
Yeah, just don't wear that because you'll fucking roast in here.
Yeah, I bet.
So you'll be tucked in over here.
Yeah.
I'll have the iPad, so you'll do the front of the house and just do the finishing of the pizzas, folding boxes, stuff like that. Is that cool?
Sounds straightforward.
Yeah? You up for that? You sure?
Yeah, buddy.
All right, we'll make a plan and we'll get that done. Yeah. Collaboration pizza coming next week with Tutus. We'll call it the Chow, I guess. Yeah, cool. Is that Mr. Chow from Hangover?
Yeah.
Is he Korean?
Yeah, he is Kenny Chow. Yeah. So when we put the burger out at the beginning, we asked on Facebook what we should name it.
I love that one. I love that movie. I love the Hangover series. It's so good.
Alright, cool. Yeah.
Are you still serving? Is that alright? Mate, fuck me, amazing. Double smash, yeah? Oh, you legend. Double smash burger on the way, yes. Yeah, so that's gonna be a banger. We've been meaning to do it, and I've kind of have to do it, so they will pre-smash the burgers for me. And then basically each pizza will get, like, it'll start off as pizza bianca, so it'll have no sauce and it'll have my cheese, stuff like that, and then we'll crumble the burger meat on it, and then like the spring onion, I think the spring onions go on at the end. We'll probably cook the kimchi and a few other bits, and then out of the oven he'll finish it with a few little finishing touches and sauces. That one's gonna have some flavour, it's gonna be wicked. So yeah, looking forward to that one. But I can't remember. I was talking about cash before. Field of Lat in the UK. So if you're looking for home amounts, try. I mean, I use the Fratelli Amadeo, which is the new UK cheese from Somerset. It's incredible. They've started doing some smaller tubs. You might be able to get it from them directly. If not, the packing room. Warehouse Pizza is where you get my Gosney Doughballs from. They sell like small amounts of Field of Lat mozzarella. The Latteria Sorrentina stuff is what I used previously. You can get like a 1 kilo log of it and a few other little bits, so that works really well. How much do I charge for a pizza? £8 to £10 today. Best UK supermarket for flour yeast. So a lot of Sainsbury's do their big supermarkets with the in-store bakeries. You can get fresh yeast from there. Try there. Flour wise, I mean, you're best off just buying it online. Just buy a proper pizza flour online. That's your best start. Yeah, I could probably charge more, but pizza's a value meal. It shouldn't cost too much. Hello, Ansi, ciao from Italy. Hey buddy. Latteria Sorrentina is great. It's good cheese. I used it for years. Can I use Dairy Lee slices? Yeah, man. Use whatever you want. Probably work quite well in like a crust. Imagine that. Put it in a crust. Incredible. Have you tried making sourdough pizza at home? I'm not a massive fan of sourdough pizza, being honest with you. Yeah, just not a huge fan. I don't make much bread at home, to be honest. Yeah, my dough was wild today. I explained that. It was just, yeah, it was a bit harder to handle than usual, but it's all good. So anyway, right. Boss, I'm so sorry, it's all sold. I'm all done. Yeah. No, it's all good. It's all good. I need to take the rest of the menu off and just have that. So next week. See you later. Right. I'm gonna crack off. That sounded really wrong. I'm gonna go and clean up. That's what I meant to say. I hope you enjoyed that. Later on, I'm so sorry, boss. They've all sold out. So sorry. Should have bought more. So tonight I've got on how I make my sauce. A lot of people ask me about this. It's a very simple procedure. Nothing crazy about this. My pizza sauce. And so yesterday when I made it, I filmed it, and that's going to come out tonight. So yeah, crack one up. No, I'm not doing that. So yeah, that's coming out tonight. This is going to be super interesting. It's like a 10-minute video, or 8 to 10-minute video. Make a video on coffee roasting. I will do some coffee roasting if you're into that. But yeah, basically, yeah, I'm going to put up about the sauce and about why I make my sauce the way I do and stuff. So that's coming later. And someone just asked me what I use on the bench. It's this. It's a Semolina Rimancinata. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Rimancinata. I'm not Italian. I'm so sorry for you Italians. That's what I use on the bench. Very fine semolina flour. Not like actual semolina or cornmeal or something like that. It's extremely fine. It's a flour. It's not like the ball bearings. I'm so used to it. It's better than flour. It doesn't fly around everywhere. So anyway, that's enough for today. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very much for joining me. Let me know what you want to see. I'll let this video run. It'll be loaded up even though I made some mistakes. I'll let you re-watch it again and stuff like that. So I'm off. Thank you very much. Take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
So for today's video, we are at Pizza Stop, actually in Malad, Idaho. So you guys watched the Pizza Stop from Preston. That's actually not my name. That's where we're located, is in Preston, Idaho. This one is in Malad, Idaho. We're gonna take you guys inside and show you what it's all about. So it's July 4th and we are celebrating here. We're gonna show you guys what it's like inside a different Pizza Stop. What are you getting?
They have more things in there.
They do.
So it's fun to come here.
They have a bigger menu.
They got shrimp Alfredo. They got, we do calzone.
Yep.
I'm almost thinking I want to try this one just because we don't have it.
All right, that's the one we're getting.
And then that's so good. Might get a small salad.
Can you do a specialty in a small?
I don't know.
I don't think you can.
We'll ask. Maybe
Okay.
we'll go back there and make it ourselves. That's like 15 minutes.
Yeah, very clean operation.
It makes your job so much easier. It really does. Yeah.
I'm gonna show this video to my employees. Show you what you just said. You guys clean after every pizza, right? You wipe down after every pizza and get ready for the next one.
If we're super busy, we kind of go through a rush and then we do it.
Yep.
But for the most part, one of us tries to walk behind everyone else.
All right. What do you think of their operation in the kitchen?
We need to redo ours.
We need to redo ours? I know, I've been trying to say that for a while now. Look, they have a different workstation here they can take orders. And then a different one there that they can help people. Extra boxes. Yay, thank you. Great job, guys. See you later. All right, let's go. See you later, man. All right, first look. You ready? Feta chicken pizza.
See it. Beautiful.
Ooh, man, that looks nice. That looks real nice. Okay, let's see your salad. First looks, and then we'll do first bites.
Sauce. You got a vinaigrette. Yum.
Delicious.
I'm so excited.
Okay, let's try that first bite of pizza. Hopefully they can see us. It's kind of windy. Sorry about the noise. Look at that. Oh, a little bit of integrity. This is very, very hot.
It is very hot.
You guys know how it goes for the channel. We gotta sacrifice the taste buds for the taste, so. Oh my gosh.
Good?
This is delicious. It's very hot, very delicious. Perfect amount of sauce, perfect amount of toppings. Crust, perfect. A little thin, just how I like it. But on the outside, we still got some nice puff here. Let's get a shot of that real quick. Oh, drop some toppings and a sound real quick.
Crunchy like you like it? Good?
A little bit under how crunchy I like it,
Yeah,
but I
same.
think it's cooked perfect. I think it's cooked perfect. They did a great job. I would order the exact same thing again. This is delicious. Feta chicken, no tomatoes, and what kind of salad?
I don't remember. But it has almonds, chicken, cheese, tomatoes, salad.
And what berries?
Yeah, berries, craisins.
Delicious. Now we're gonna try the salad. So salad's been something that we've been debating doing at our store, and we're about to pull the trigger. We just gotta buy a 48-inch cold table and get the lettuce and a couple dressings and things like that. Here we go.
We love lettuce.
We do.
We love salads.
We love salad at home. Blue cheese is my favorite dressing on a salad. What's yours?
I really like a vinaigrette.
Vinaigrette.
Like a sweet vinaigrette.
Which is what we got on this one.
I figure we might as well try stuff that we don't have. You get the crunchy.
Okay.
They give you the 2 sauces, so it's plenty.
It's like a...
This is big enough for 2 people.
Oh, yeah.
Or 3 even.
And this is $7.49.
It's really good.
That's a great deal. Great flavor. Personally, I think I would rather a ranch or a blue cheese on this, but I know you love the vinaigrette.
Yeah.
Delicious. If you guys are in the area, definitely stop by. Give Pizza Stop Malad a try. I'm saving it for later. We'll catch you guys on the next one.
Today we're going to go eat the best pizza in Italy. By coincidence, just 30 minutes away from each other in the mountains outside of Naples, Italy, you will find 2 pizzerias. One that serves the best rated pizza in the entire world, and one that has the world's best pizza chef. I have a puddle of cheese in my mouth. Oh, wow. The toppings rearranged, engineered to perfection. I've traveled from across the world to find out why this is the best pizza on earth, and today we're eating both of them. Hey everyone, hope you're having an amazing day. It's Mark Wiens, and we made it to the town of Caserta, which is about 30-45 minutes outside of the bigger city of Naples, Italy. We made it I Masinelli de Francesco Martucci. And Francesco Martucci, he's the chef. We're gonna meet him right now. This is a pilgrimage food pizza destination that, again, many people consider to be the greatest pizza on earth. And it was ranked the #1 pizza in the world by the 50 Best Pizzerias list, where over 900 of the greatest pizza experts voted. And this place, they won, #1. Here we are.
Jeffrey, how are you?
Oh, it's so good to see you.
Yeah, very happy.
I'm sorry we're late.
Yeah.
This is Mark Wiens.
Ciao, ciao. Very nice to meet you. Very nice to meet you. Jeffrey?
Mark.
Yes.
It's a dream.
World's
pizza
best
book.
pizza.
And guess, there we are, Martucci.
Oh, Martucci, the legend.
I love this
How many years ago was that?
I've been 8 years ago and then maybe 4 years ago. So it's always nerve-wracking to come back to a favorite place. Will it be as good?
Ciao, ciao. So he's getting started on just a classic, the margarita. And one of the things that I noticed is that he handles the dough with such care, so gently. It's not stretching it, it's not like pounding it, it's just treating the dough with such care, such gentle hands, gentle fingers on that dough. And the twirling, it takes, talk about a wrist action, and he just twirls it, and that dries out the bottom of the dough. And perfectly, you've got the perfect char on the bottom while drying it out, while keeping it moist on the inside.
Not like the other.
Now you can see when he makes pizza, he leaves about a couple inches of barren dough without toppings. And now you can see why, because it forms this, like literally like an inner tube of puffy dough. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Excuse.
You have to do the envelope fold. Inside goes in, and then, oh, sloppy. First bite of the #1 pizza in the world. Oh, wow. Oh man. The tomatoes, the cheese, the basil. The crust is just phenomenal. That crust is literally forms an inner tube around the outside of the pizza. That would float. It's so airy and puffy, it would float, guaranteed.
I mean, between the best products in the world, actually, some Marzano tomatoes, the fior di latte, or bufala, I think you said. You put bufala in this one.
Bufala?
Basil, char, just sublime.
Your luck onion, it's max avant-garde. 7 mood di olio. 1 pizza, 7 onion. Questo è un gel. Abbiamo diverse consistenze di un solo prodotto. Diverse
Sweetness.
consistenze e diverse.
Oh, there it is, out of the oven. The next pizza is 7 different stages of an onion.
Bruciata.
In fermentation, foam, mayo, gel, onion gel, which Francesco Martucci, he just very carefully places. And the dough is also extremely special because he steams it, then fries it, and then bakes it.
Bravo.
Yes, 7 onions on a pizza.
Oh. Oh. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
6.
Yes.
6.
Maybe better.
The sweetness of those onions, yeah.
That's
You like?
The acidity, oh, it's unbelievable. This is onion paradise.
Yeah.
It's kind of like onion applesauce, just spread over that entire base of pizza. Incredible.
Okay. Fiorino.
What? Yeah, I know.
Sì. Salsiccia. Local pork. No, Campano. Monti Lattari.
Or what is the defining part of your pizza? Is it the dough? Is it the toppings?
Il protagonista è sempre l'impasto, deve essere.
It's the dough.
The dough.
The dough is king. That's the dough. Without the dough, it's no good pizza.
No go. Are you ready?
Yes, ready. So here we go. The next pizza, which Francesco Martucci made. So it starts off with that dough, and I'm beginning to understand that dough. It really holds the toppings within this like crater, hold it all in the crater. And then there's cheese, there's broccoli rabe paste, plus sausage. Absolute beautiful perfection. Oh, hanging cheese.
Gli faremo provare.
It's there, so I put it in. Okay.
Gli faremo provare the zucca flour. Ok? I fiori di zucca che sono gli
The
ultimi.
juiciness, the bitterness of the broccoli rabe,
Sta prendendo il sopravvento.
the herbal spices in the sausage. I think I taste fennel seed in the sausage. Oh man, delicious. Slow cook. That fire, the char, the combination, everything together in your mouth.
In the kitchen, over there. Right one over there.
It's amazingly rich and hearty, yet puffy and light at the same time. Zucchini, this one is zucchini flowers. Okay, so this next pizza is the highlight, the star of the show is the zucchini flowers, but also goes on garum, which is the fermented anchovy paste made into a cream, plus hard ricotta cheese, which he shaved on at the end. And again, that same just unbelievable dough.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Oh, this one is amazing. The levels of flavor and complexity of the garum really comes through, and yet, like, just gives it that perfect salty fishiness, plus that extreme smokiness from the fire. Oh, it's so good. This one's incredible now. Totally different, totally unique. You can tell that his combinations, the toppings are so well thought out. They're not just random toppings. They all fit. They all are a harmony together.
Tomato roasted.
So is this the same base that's been steamed and fried and then baked, or will be baked? Okay.
Local olive. È un tipo di aglio fatto con le foglie e con le infiorescenze.
And that goes into the oven to bake. Come see this coming out? Okay.
Take your pizza. Danny, ne prendere il telefono qua sopra.
Grazie. So here we go, the marinara. And he says this is his favorite pizza at the world's best pizza. So that makes this possibly the best pizza on earth. And here it is, the future of marinara. And so that same crust, the crispy one, which is steamed, which is fried, which is then baked with roasted tomato, with the garlic leaves, with capers, with olives, with anchovies, a sprinkle of oregano. It's so aromatic. Oh. Mm. Oh, 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 wow. Oh, that's incredible. The tartness of the tomatoes, the acidity of those olives and the garlic, the oregano just bumps up the herbal quality, the crispy base. Oh, that's unbelievable. Oh, that's of the capers as well. It's so acidic. It's so flavorful. It's this burst of natural umami tomatoiness that just overwhelms you. And then, oh yeah, the salty anchovy as well. Something magical in your mouth. This is the one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's so good.
So much flavors in it, especially the anchovy and the capers. Change the game. And the crust, of course.
Oh.
Wow.
Fernando.
I'm in heaven.
Fernando's having a moment over here.
Yes.
A moment of
like
life reflection.
Yes. I guess this is, we can call this umami, right? Everything melts together. You can. It's not. Nothing is too salty, and my favorite part is the roasted tomato puree.
Unbelievable.
Amazing.
Yeah. It's this flavor that's more than you can describe with your taste buds, right?
Yeah,
that's umami. Yeah.
I'm having a hard time describing it.
Mark.
That was the marinara.
It's
Life-changing.
Unbelievable. I'm torn between the 7 onions and the future marinara.
I'll go for onions first.
Man.
This 1 second.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Onion was
Bravo.
amazing.
Wow. Okay.
1,
okay.
2,
I'll go
3.
ahead.
It's pizza time.
Oh, greatest pizza bite on earth.
Oh yes.
Wow.
Oh,
The best
wow.
ever.
The best pizza in the world.
In history.
Wow.
On planet Earth. Oh, wow. Unbelievable.
Martucci, bravo.
Thank you, bravo. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Unbelievable.
Jeffrey, we need the music.
No! This is crazy. Crazy boy. Bad boy.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Just 30 minutes away, we're going to meet the world's most famous pizza chef who breaks all the rules and sells 1,000 pizzas a day in a tiny village of just 5,000 people. What's he doing that makes his pizza so special? To have the best pizza, you need the best ingredients. So before we get to the village, we're going to a buffalo mozzarella factory. Oh, grazie. Okay, here we go. Mozzarella factory. And this is where Pepe Ingrani, where he sources some of his fresh mozzarella. We're suiting up.
The ear goes in.
We are at Caseificio Il Casolare. Here is where Franco Pepe sources his mozzarella and other cheeses that we had yesterday. We're gonna see how mozzarella is done, so from the beginning until the end. And we're gonna have a good breakfast out of piping hot mozzarella.
Oh, wow.
Straight from their hands.
Oh, nice. This is where Pepe Ingrani begins. Oh, I can smell the aroma of that fresh mozzarella. Oh, it's warm in here. Grazie. Oh, warm. Whoa, steamy. Ooh, you can feel the humidity in here compared to outside. My camera immediately fogs up, but that smells delicious. You smell the aroma of that fresh milk. Oh. The aroma of that buffalo milk smells incredible.
It's just milk plus rennet that has been made into a cheese and then chopped very thin, as you can see.
That's what curdles, like forms it, right? And separates the water from the curds and the...
Exactly.
Okay, well, these are the cheese curds?
Cheese curd. Like when you make cheddar, cheddar is that.
Ah, okay. Oh,
Cheese
grazie.
curd.
This one is the curds. Mmm. Has a little bit of a nice bouncy texture. Really solid. A nice sourness as well. Mmm, the freshness.
Hot water.
Goes into those barrels with hot water, and they begin to mold it.
Exactly. They cook it with hot water, so it starts to become melty. Once it's separated, we transfer into the other barrel, and we give it a shape, and we cut in manageable shapes.
Separating the water from the whey to make the cheese. And once the water is drained, that's incredible. It turns into like this giant blob of jelly. Oh man. And one of the very important things here is that it has to be all done by hand. So he's just removing all of that water, and it's getting stretchier and stretchier, all by hand. Oh. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, look at how blobby it is. Oh, it's so soft. Oh, that is awesome. Pouring cheese.
And now we go to see how they're cutting it by hand, because the real mozzarella has a little line on the top, which is the sign that it's been cut by hand.
Ah, and that's a sign of quality as well. Craftsmanship,
100%.
Tradition,
You can cheat
hand
it.
pulled, hand done mozzarella.
100%.
Oh.
Prego, prego. Mangiate, mangiate.
Wow. Oh wow moment.
Break it off.
Oh wow.
Fresh. That's wow. So hot. Look at that texture. Literally the freshest mozzarella. Oh wow. That texture is unbelievable. Oh, it's stretchy and juicy. Oh. Braid. Cheese braid.
Oh my god. Wow.
Wow.
Oh, bravo.
Wow, skills. Okay, so then it transfers over to the mozzarella bathtub, and it's hand pinched. That's a sign of high quality handmade mozzarella.
Mozzare means to rip, and the word mozzarella comes from that.
Ah. Oh, we move into the next room where they're sitting in tubs of water.
These are resting in salty water, so it gets flavored a little bit. Before it was very good, but it wasn't flavored. It's the proper
Starts to
one.
absorb that salty water.
This is ready to be bagged and brought home.
Here we go. So this is the real mozzarella. Oh man. The stretchiness, the juiciness, the fresh buffalo milk. Oh, and it just squeezes, drips with juice and water. Oh man, that's so good. Oh, that's the best mozzarella of my life. Look at the texture. Oh, it's so stretchy. And yet it just kind of like breaks apart in your mouth. The texture. Look at the squishiness of it. And the mozzarella literally goes from factory to delivery to restaurant in minutes. That was so cool to see. There's no better mozzarella you'll ever eat in your life. And that mozzarella is some of the mozzarella that Franco Pepe uses at his restaurant Pepe in Grani. So from here, we'll be going back to the town of Caiazzo. And we're gonna, well, tonight we have dinner. Pepe in Grani. It's definitely the part of philosophy of Franco Pepe is that he highlights local fresh ingredients, supports people, farmers, producers within the community. Come on. Hey. Come on. Oh, this town is just absolutely spectacularly beautiful. So ancient. I love the narrow alleys, the views of the mountains. You have to follow your nose. Where's the pizza coming from? But this is such a cool alley and it's such a beautiful town. It's so ancient. And I think we have arrived. I think this is the door. Pepe in Grani. Could it be? Yes, here we go, we made it. Oh, right in time.
Let's get in.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
There we go. Pepe in Grani. The legend. Yes. Oh, very nice to meet you.
Thank you.
How many seats, though, in the whole restaurant?
In the old restaurant, about 110
Okay,
seats.
but then tell us about what we booked, the table we have.
We booked for Authentica room,
Uh-huh.
which has a capacity of 8 people.
8 people, and it's a private pizza
it's a
room.
private-
It's its own pizzeria.
This is the smallest pizzeria in the world, which is located.
And is it? Will
at
we
the top
be
of
eating?
the
Is it the
pizzeria.
same menu that you serve in the whole restaurant, or is that a separate?
It's separate.
It's separate.
Yes.
Chef.
It's a private
Chef
night
Pepe's own.
where only Chef
own
Pepe
menu.
can go there and can cook some special recipe for you.
Wow. Okay, so we're in for like not only one of the greatest pizzerias on earth, but one of the greatest mini rooms within the pizzeria where Chef Franco Pepe will cook. Ciao. Ciao. Hey, what's up? Yeah. Hey. Yeah, sure. This is the dough room. Oh, you can feel it's a little warmer in here. Probably kept at the perfect temperature. Hello.
How are you?
How are you?
UV light. That's next level. UV light for the dough. This is the table where you could see down.
Let's go.
See down the pizzas. Oh, that's awesome.
Oh my God.
Oh, you guys have a nice view. Oh, what a genius table, looking down from the glass all the way down the pipe with a mirror into the pizza oven. It is, right? 8-seater, smallest pizzeria in the world. Here it is, at the very top. Oh, whoa, wow, what a cool place. The smallest pizzeria in the world.
Smallest pizzeria in the world.
Authentica.
Organized, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Si chiama Ciro.
Ooh, nice.
Vai,
Okay.
vai.
It's only fried pizza. So he also put a slice of tomato, ramato tomato, and a bit of chili.
That bread is so fluffy, tomato, and then that amazing. He finished it off with the zest of the lemon and the orange.
I profumi. La sapidità
The flavors keep on coming.
I profumi della
That's the most cloudy piece of bread you'll ever have. The tomato, the chili.
Quanto olio avete trovato in questa pizza?
How dry your hands are.
Il mio territorio è polvere di oliva del mio territorio. Polvere di oliva caiazzana.
the fried pizza cone, one of the signature of Franco Pepe. And there's that, it's olive powder sprinkled on top. It's just filled with soupy cheese.
You ready?
Oh, wow. Oh man, that's amazing. Liquid molten cheese.
That cheese, man. Condimenti formaggio.
That cheese.
No,
Oh, I have a puddle of cheese in my mouth.
So Franco, after eating 2 fried pizza, we start with baked pizza, with the most iconic pizza, Franco's pizza, which is the Margherita Sbagliata that he created for with a type of tomato, which is name is tomato riccio, that he doesn't put in the oven, but he will put it in raw tomato after baked. The pizza
wow.
will be baked.
This twirling, wow.
Vi faccio ascoltare che visto che vuoi mangiare la pizza un po' più cotta, abbiamo
And the olive oil and basil pesto.
Thank you. Oh, the margarita. Wow. Probably the most famous pizza on earth, the margarita, but Franco Pepe's own variation. And usually the tomato sauce, you know, is underneath the cheese, and so it makes the dough.
delicato. È delicato.
Beautiful.
Oh, wow. Oh. The toppings rearranged, engineered to perfection. Oh, with the tomato sauce squeeze, the basil squeeze. That dough, that's perfection.
L'abbiamo sbagliata bene?
Is Franco wrong? Is he precise? Is he wrong in a good
You are not wrong. You are not wrong.
Just try 3 type of tomato compost.
Cioè, ce ne free su video questo. Polvere di basilico liofilizzato.
Eat right now.
Oh, wow. Oh, thank you. I mean, this is straight up a fondue of cheese in the center. We gotta do the fold. Oh, okay. We gotta fold this. Keep everything as possible inside. Haha. Oh. Oh. Oh man. The different temperatures of hot cheese to cold cheese and to cold tomato paste. Oh man. That was sloshing around on the pizza, sloshing around in your mouth.
I asked them before,
Oh man. Love tomatoes. Uh-huh.
È un concetto nuovo di come mangiare la pizza in modo sano, no?
Oh, that one is insane. Those are the best tomatoes ever. With the olive, sprinkled olive paste, oregano. That is the most tomatoey burst of goodness you'll ever taste. Oh, olive oil, the lemon, the acidity. Every crust of pizza should have a dipping sauce. And then the salad. Oh, there's pumpkin seeds in it too. Wow. That is so good. So I never thought I would come to Italy to eat a Hawaiian pizza, but this is Franco Pepe's own interpretation. And just so you know, Hawaiian pizza, pizza with pineapple, is absolutely despised in Italy.
Buon intento.
Oh man.
Ascolta, diglielo.
Best ever Hawaiian pizza on earth.
Le pizze è una già cotta e ricca di zucchero.
The acidity of the tomato, the saltiness of the prosciutto, all within that puffy fried cone. I like it. The pineapple is amazing. Fresh and citrusy.
Mm. Thank you. The next pizza, buffalo, the mozzarella, again made into a fondue, juicy and sloshing around. Then dry strips of buffalo go on, and then he made the same dough, which has then been crispified and mixed with balsamic.
Can't think anymore. I'm so
Oh, again, so well thought out. The flavor of the buffalo, it's buffalo on buffalo. What a combination. The walnuts, the crispy dough, the sweet and sour balsamic vinegar. The next pizza, and it smells really good, with tuna and iced celery. And onion paste on the bottom. Oh wow, this one is really nice. Man, sweet onions, crispy celery.
A little bit of seafood.
The tuna. We're just starting to get full. It's the reason why we're all slowing down, and some of us are starting to sleep. Dessert, fried pizza base. All of the dough is the same. This one is the apricots plus hazelnuts, ricotta, and mint on top. Oh, the apricot is incredible. The ricotta gives it that savory creaminess. Again, that airy, puffy, fried pizza dough crust. And the hazelnut. Oh, I love hazelnuts. That's delicious. So the final thing are the fried dough sticks with ricotta. It smells a little like cinnamon, orange zest. The wheat is of ultimate importance, and he sources where he sources the wheat, who he sources it from, and he said he was mentioning to us that he would not cook anywhere unless he brings his own wheat with him. Yeah, the way he treats the dough with respect is on the next level. Oh yeah. Wow. That dough, that's the king of doughs. And I think we've got some grappa to digest.
Bravo.
What an outstanding meal. That meal was 200 euros per person, so that was a 200 euro pizza meal, but it truly was a glimpse into Franco Pepe's incredible pizza mind. Franco Pepe and Pepe Ingrani, he's literally responsible for putting this entire town on the map. People come here from around Italy, from around the world, just to come to Pepe Ingrani and taste his pizza. And it's just incredible to see what he's done and how he's helped this entire community. I want to say a big thank you, Jeffrey Extreme Foodies, for arranging, to Mr. Taster, to Fernando, and to Eduardo for coming and joining us for this incredible meal. And huge thank you for watching. Remember to give this video a thumbs up, and remember to subscribe for lots more food and travel videos.
This is just a fraction of the 140,000 pizzas Grimaldi's makes every year. For the past 30 years, the Brooklyn-based pizzeria has stuck to classic recipes and kept a veteran team of pizzaiolos. Today, you'll find kitchen manager Tony Flugo and his team of pizzaiolos hand-stretching 500 pies a day, slicing 200 pounds of fresh mozzarella, and working a 1,000-degree oven.
It's a series of marathons for us because we have to make sure that we're prepared for the next shift, the next day, the next week to keep up with the demand at the door.
We visited Grimaldi's flagship pizzeria in Brooklyn, New York to see how he makes these pies in such big batches. At 9 in the morning, Tony and his team get started making a 33-roll dough recipe. The mixer is loaded with olive oil, New York City tap water, activated yeast, and 50 pounds of high-gluten flour.
So we have it preset for 5 minutes. It's on a low spin cycle, okay? And what we do is we sprinkle salt on top of our flour. 5 minutes later, we have our famous dough recipe.
Once mixed, the dough needs to be cut, weighed, and shaped into balls within 30 minutes so it doesn't rise. For this, Tony relies on the most experienced pizzaiolos at Grimaldi's.
They're cutting each and everything to the same size every day. It's almost like muscle memory at this point where the scale's not even needed. You know, they know what they're doing, and it's almost like a healthy competition down here to race. Like, let's go, come on, keep up with me. I'm rolling. You gotta cut faster, let's go.
Another skill that's hard to master is rolling the perfect dough ball.
So we're rolling the dough and we're making sure that it's a smooth outer layer as well as making sure that there's no air inside. So for example, you know, if you're rolling it and you're just gonna meatball it and you're just gonna put it like this down, it's gonna rise and it's gonna thin out the middle. And then the pizza, when you pick it up, that's when it flops down. So Grimaldi's is known for a nice hard layer crust that is the texture. It's the base. It's the most important thing to the pizza. It's, you know, the foundation to the house. No foundation, no pizza.
This batch of dough is enough to make 65 to 75 pizzas, which is just a fraction of what will be needed for the day. Once all of the trays are filled, they're taken across the hall to these fridges.
So this is only the dough that was made last night, okay? So this is getting ready for our first few hours in Grimaldi's, and then we'll start fresh, probably go through the first batch that we made today, and then as well as another 8 or 9 for the night shift.
In 2011, Grimaldi's moved into its current location. The double-story Palazzo building at number 1 Front Street was originally built to be Brooklyn's first safety deposit company. Now, Grimaldi's fridges sit in the same place as the old vaults.
So I think that's really cool that we made them into our own vaults. So basically it protects our gold, and this is our gold right here.
Next, it's time to make the sauce. Large cans of San Marzano tomatoes are poured into buckets, topped with sugar, and blended.
For us, we use a 1-day shelf life, so we're just trying to keep it marinating for a few hours, if not a full day, and it's going right into our pizza. So we like to keep it as fresh as possible. It's nice, thick, and imported tomatoes.
Grimaldi's goes through about 700 quarts of tomatoes every week, or roughly 662.4 liters. Upstairs, 200 mozzarella balls are cut into thin strips, a process that's gone unchanged since opening.
The Grimaldi's cheese is very special. It's made only for Grimaldi's, so nowhere else in the world can get our flavor profile that we're doing on our mozzarella. It is a low moisture, low sodium, UV dried fresh mozzarella, so it can withstand the high intense heat of our oven and be cooked and melted to perfection in a short amount of time.
By the end of the week, Grimaldi's will hand slice around 2,000 pounds of mozzarella. An hour before opening, Grimaldi's restocks its coal so they can relight the oven.
Okay, so right now he's throwing 40-pound bags of anthracite coal into the bottom of our oven chute right over here. So we keep about anywhere from 10 to 12 bags down there at a time. And what we're doing is for at least a day or more, we try and dry out our coal to make sure that it's burning a little cleaner, easier. It's not popping from the inside, you know, on top of pizzas, etc. as it starts to heat up. It makes our stoking process and our oven heat up a little bit quicker too.
The pizzeria keeps embers in the brick oven overnight, so it stays warm.
So right now we have a grate inside of our oven. It's holding our coal up, but he's right now flipping it and getting rid of all the old coal. The reason why we don't clean it out at nighttime because we want to make sure that it stays warm overnight because it's going to take too many hours to heat up our floor.
When the charcoal ignites, the team begins shoveling 200 pounds of coal into the side of the oven. Compared to wood, anthracite coal burns longer, hotter, and with less smoke.
You can't get a gas oven or a wood oven up to 1,000 degrees the way we can. So we're able to get a different, not only flavor profile from the coal, but we're also getting a different profile from the heat and intensity that pizza is going under.
When the doors open at 11:30 a.m., it's all hands on deck to fill orders. To be an official Grimaldi's pie, it needs to be made a certain way. Unlike most pizzerias, Grimaldi's built its pizza cheese first. Slices of mozzarella are evenly placed around the dough and the gaps are then filled with sauce.
So when it melts together, you're seeing a little bit of both, but you're also getting a bite of not too much sauce, not too much cheese. So that's what we're looking for with Grimaldi's.
Specialty toppings range from hand-pinched Italian sausage to thinly sliced prosciutto and artichokes. And most pies are finished off with a sprinkling of the Grimaldi's Romano blend, extra virgin olive oil and a few pieces of fresh basil. To help streamline the cooking process, Grimaldi's uses a two-shelf system.
So we have a pre-stretch and then a stretching and cheese section on this side. We're pre-stretching cheese in, throwing them on the first shelf right here. Everyone standing on this side is a topper, so that means they're putting on the toppings, the sauce on, they're finishing it off with the olive oil, the basil, and then finishing it off by putting it on the top shelf. The top shelf is so the oven guy knows that they're ready to go in the oven.
Working a coal oven takes years of experience to master. From memorizing cook times to keeping a consistent heat, it's not easy to make a perfect pie.
So what we're doing is we're loading them in, we're closing the door right away, we're giving it a pop of heat to the bottom of the pizza so we can actually move it around without ripping it or anything like that. What's rare about Brooklyn is that we use this copper stick right here. You know, it's very important with this high heat if you're using a wooden stick. They're just breaking and wearing and tearing and drying out non-stop, especially when you're picking up a heavy pizza. So you can see it's only been about 60 seconds and they're already rising up. So basically I'm making sure that I can pick them up, give them a small spin, and then I'm actually just moving them into position right here.
The high heat means that the pizzas only need a few minutes to cook. Water in the dough evaporates quickly, creating air bubbles and leaving behind a light, airy texture in the crust, while charcoal gives the pizza a charred, slightly smoky flavor and a crunchy texture. Outside, people begin queuing and waiting up to an hour to get a table. And 16 minutes after opening, the first and third stories of the restaurant are practically full. On the dining floor, you'll find servers with over 20 years of experience and a good sense of humor.
Oh, mommy, I'm hungry. Boom. You got it, Papa.
While Grimaldi's has an established clientele, a vast majority of its business comes from tour groups. Since 2005, Tony Muya, who runs pizza tours, has been coming to showcase Grimaldi's pizza.
So if I can describe Grimaldi's in 3 words, it would probably be legendary, authentic, and beloved, because people love Grimaldi's.
The key to making a great pizza is passion. It's love. You take dough, cheese, or sauce by itself, it's just simple objects. But when you're building a pizza, it's a piece of art. So for us, and for myself, it's the passion or love I put into every pizza that makes it special.
From clam-covered pizza in Connecticut to tater tot toppings